podcast.
Well, it's fucking David.
This is how we got onto music.
Andre 3000 and Mel.
He was in the
We're all
Shield.
happy as three. Andre 3000 was in the Shield.
Yep.
Welcome to the Video Gamer UK podcast. On the week when Sony Online Entertainment broke away from Sony and suggested, in fact, actually just declared to the world that they can't wait to start making Xbox games. And that's how tedious the news has been this week. So joining me today is a very bored David Scammell. How you doing?
We sound very bored. Actually, the look on my face is that of mixed emotion. Because on the one hand, my little heart is broken.
We're
Why
over
is
that,
that?
Dave. Dave, we're over that. Move on.
No, I'm not. I don't think I ever will be
He's got
over
no
that.
reason for his heart to be broken, is he? I don't understand.
No, the little young man that would often sit opposite me
I
here.
don't want to hear about your thoughts on Little Young.
Dead. But on the other
Also
hand,
joining us is Simon Miller.
Damn, skimping. You know what my dream is, right?
Yeah.
I hope there's a lot of people out there that have no idea that I've returned to Video Gamer, and I hope they tune into this podcast going, I'm so excited for another video game podcast, and they hear me and they're like, oh shit, that motherfucker is back and ruined my life. I am back, and it's a pleasure to be here.
Because you just made fun of their voice.
But I don't actually talk like that. That's the only voice I can do. Like when I imitate, that's just the voice that comes out. I don't know why. No, I'm happy to be back, and I love everyone. Like, I'm happy for all of them, but I do know there's a few people that will be like, oh great.
You don't love everyone, Miller. I've got messages where you tell me about people that you probably wish were dead.
Well, that's true.
It is true. That is the only voice Simon can do, because folk are like, Simon doing an impression of Mr. T, and he's like, I think that's it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Also joining us, as you've heard, is Editor-in-Chief Tom Murray.
Hello. I'm not sad at all.
I'm not sad. I'm happy. I'm pumped.
I ain't sad.
Video Gamer 2.0.
Nah, I ain't sad at all.
I've got a question to ask you, Miller.
Yeah, you can ask me anything, Dave.
Where have you been?
Just away. Just went away for a bit.
I hear rumours about places that you've been.
No, you don't. I don't know.
Well, he was in Guardians of the Galaxy, weren't you?
Yes. Why not? I went off to be in Guardians of the Galaxy.
What?
I don't know.
You little raccoon.
Yeah.
The animal Batista.
With the animal Batista. He's very mad about Far Cry 4 settings. No, he wasn't.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
But yeah, I love Guardians of the Galaxy. I love how like Vin Diesel gets quite high billing in that film for a second.
I didn't even know Vin Diesel was in it.
He was
he
the
the
guy.
raccoon?
He was the voice of Groot.
Oh, was he?
You know, the character
I
that
didn't
just
pick up
says
on
his
that.
own name and nothing else.
Okay, right.
So
I bet he got a good payday though.
someone pointed out, I remember when that film came out, and someone was really upset about it on Twitter. And they were like, fucking Vin Diesel getting top billing on that film, and he only said one word. And I was like, well, to be fair, they had to get somebody to say the word, right?
Yeah. And why not Vin Diesel? Vin Diesel's
Why
pretty
not
cool.
Vin
What is it?
Diesel is a
Is it
pretty
Vin
cool guy.
Diesel's Facebook page?
Oh, it's amazing.
It's the best thing.
It's actually made by him. He makes weird, like, Photoshop pictures with sunshines and how much
Really?
he loves the world.
Have you not seen this,
Really?
Jim?
When
You'll
we're up
love
here,
it.
we'll go to...
Jim, I got to find it, Jim. It's amazing.
I'll do it now, yeah.
Smashing.
Live the
That
internet.
sounds smashing.
I mean, carry on. I'll try and find some quotes while
I
you
love
talk.
the idea that Vin Diesel is like this sort of wistful, creative sort of soul.
Oh, he is.
Oh, yeah.
And he's really like, there's no pretense to Vin Diesel.
Yeah,
he's just
yeah.
a happy chap, happy camper. That's why I like him.
Just a lovely, lovely man.
Yeah.
So new regime, new rules.
New beginning, new start, new levels of power.
Yeah, that's going to be the last time we're going to do lengthy introductions, I think. I don't like the lengthy introductions. Everyone knows
All right.
who we are.
Done. I think
next
yeah,
week
it's
we should
taking
just
charge.
be like, I think next week we should just do a roll call of who's on it, because it's not
Like
the
a
same people
register
every
at
week,
school.
right? And it should just be like, right, Simon, Dave, Tom and me, go.
I was never late for register at school, ever.
All right.
Oh, it's Vin Diesel and his dog. That's what's going on here. Yeah.
Cheers for that, Dave.
There's a visual joke that the reason I will not be able
We'll
to...
just stick that image on the
Yeah, if you're watching on YouTube,
There we go. Right, what have we all been? I mean, I mentioned that the Sony Online Entertainment thing, that was big news, right? That was
That's big-ish, I guess, yeah.
Is it bad that I missed that entirely? Is that I didn't know what happened? I missed this. I've been busy.
Sony Online Entertainment have been bought out by another company, the name of which escapes me, but they are an independent sort of company that...
So they said in some kind of press release or blog post or whatever that it's going to be business as usual at SOE, but we can't wait to play it. We can't wait to start making Xbox games. And
They actually said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they were definitely tweeting that. Whether or not it's in the press release, I don't know. But they definitely have said.
Did someone get fined? Did heads roll?
No,
I
that's the
imagine
thing.
they did.
That is how that's what's happening.
No, I mean that was it. Basically, now we can make stuff for other things, and
So I could be playing my Xbox One, and it can say a little Sony sign could flash up. up.
Well,
No, it won't now.
they're not
no,
called
'cause
that anymore.
Oh,
are
right.
they?
They're not affiliated with Sony anymore. But
I thought they were keeping the name. I didn't know.
But,
All right. Well, there you
I
go.
can't wait to play H1Z1 on my Xbox One.
That's all we were waiting for.
Sony Online Entertainment are the sort of other kind of video game business of Sony that nobody really gives that much of a toss about. Right?
They are so like not segregated, but it's just there's so many compartments to Sony now. I don't know how anyone keeps up.
I mean, it's because they're not really affiliated with Sony Computer Entertainment that do the PlayStation and all that, are they?
I don't know anymore. I really don't know anymore. Like, and I used to work there. I worked at Sony like 10 years ago, and I still have no idea what's going on.
So yeah, it's all a big mystery. But
Well, they did like DC Universe online, and that came to PS3, didn't they? And they're doing H1Z1 now. They did EverQuest, right?
Planet
They did
Side.
Planet Side
Planet Side's
2.
basically out,
Right, so
isn't
done all
it?
those
So-
games.
Yeah.
I don't really like those games.
But that seems to be like the biggest news this week.
Nah, everyone's talking about Metal Gear Rising 2.
Oh, that's
That isn't
right.
happening.
That isn't happening.
That's right. The biggest news story of a week is a logo flashing up in a trailer,
It is weird though. Like, why would
and
that
everyone's
appear?
saying that means a thing's happening, and then Konami going,
Why would
"That's
that
nuts."
appear in
What,
like an
Dave,
official?
What actually happened? There was a countdown in the video.
Right. So this is at the is it the Tai Game show? Is that how you pronounce it?
Yeah.
And it was during this live stream that they were broadcasting from this game show, and in there was a little advert from Sony, a few minutes long, PS4 advert. It's got a bunch of trailers and clips from PS4 games. During the clip for the order, one of the characters from the order does this countdown, and he goes 3, 2, and then on the 2, this image flashes up. It's like a graphic of a number 2 that flashes up, and it's animated. It looks quite swish.
Nothing to do with the order.
Nothing to do with the order whatsoever. It looks a lot like the Metal Gear Rising font that they use on the box and all that. And then immediately it just transitions into Drive Club and then Batman.
Did it look like it was? I haven't seen this. Did it look like professionally done? It looked like
Yes.
someone that was losing their job. And then
Yeah, it didn't look like a fake. It didn't look like a hoax. But you know, the way that Kojima announces his games, like, would it really come as a surprise that we've randomly thrown that in there? Like,
Yeah, I would imagine it's probably real, right? But
but I mean, they've
have
come
to
out and
deny it.
denied it. So
But they always do that, don't they? Don't they always?
they've denied it and they said, go and ask Sony. It's like, what? Sony's going to say, go and ask you guys.
It's just buzz generation, isn't it? Because now
It's worked. We're talking about it.
So they make something that blatant and then like deny it, and now everybody's going on about how they've denied it and how they can.
But can you deny something if it's true?
Yeah, if you've actually
Yeah, of
planned
course
to
you
do
can.
it, that is a bit weird. That's, that's very strange.
That is the basis of like
I'm
quite
so
a lot of the
confused by
legal
this.
system, effectively.
My professional head is telling me to believe that it's a fake. But how would
Well,
that...
because they've said it's fake.
Well, because the company has come out on the record and said...
Were they aggressive with it?
denied
Or they're like, meh, it's fake.
Well, they've put like tweet outs from the official like.
It
Kojima
wasn't like-
Productions
it wasn't
saying we have nothing to do.
it
with
wasn't like a
essentially,
we
like-
do not comment on rumors
Yeah.
or things we put in trailers.
This is, if they say it's real for the sake of whatever, this is a bad way to do it. Like, this is not, this doesn't feel
Yeah.
exciting. This feels confusing.
Yeah.
Whereas something like PT, for example, that was good, and the original Metal Gear, even though the Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain stuff was so obvious, it was still fun.
Yeah.
It was still like, ooh.
Well, it could be something totally different, completely unrelated to Metal Gear Rising. Like, it's just that font looks a lot like.
Oh, I
Metal
see.
Gear
All
Rising.
right. Okay, I misunderstood.
It didn't
Okay.
say on it, this is Metal Gear Rising font. Just looks a lot like it, you know, with the sort of angles on it.
Copyright
and-
Kojima Productions.
Yeah.
And shit, yeah.
Who knows, but it's very confusing.
What if it was like something fucking terrible, like Bionic Commando 2 or something?
Yeah.
Bionic Commando still has the greatest twist in video games though, when it turns out his
My
arm's
arm
his
is my wife. Yeah.
I told someone the other day and they laughed. I said, no. This is the twist of the video game.
Fucking, why would you
My
laugh
arm
at
is my
that?
wife.
That's fucking Shakespearean.
Yeah, damn right it is. I still get moved when I think about it. The arm that was my wife. I guess if you're going to lose your wife and you love her, it's better to have her as your fake arm than dead.
Would
That's
you
fair,
rather
right?
have her arm
I mean, if
than her
you
leg?
don't have a wife or a lady
I guess
friend,
if you had her arm,
But Dave, it's not actually her arm, is it?
it's not her.
It's
arm,
her,
no.
the embodiment of her in your arm.
Yeah.
Are you saying would I rather have it in my fake leg or my fake arm? I
You think
don't
that
have a
was
preference.
the twist? You spend the whole game going, you know, he's
His left arm's
very feminine
the rest,
fingers.
the rest of him is very masculine and like the rest of him is like fucking Batista, but he's got the arm of fucking
is
Katy Perry.
Yeah, what
What's
is-
the twist here?
What is his arm? I get this. No, his wife is the it was made out of her or something.
so what?
I
Does
don't
his
know.
arm like talk?
Kind of.
What, it has a female voice?
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's weird. It's
Well,
more
he
like-
opens his palm up and
Yeah,
suddenly
like
it's
in
like,
South Park.
I love you. What? I'm confused.
I'm sure it's weird. It's really weird. It's the weirdest fucking shit ever. But there you go. So we've done Bionic Commando.
If you had lost your lady companion, I mean, your arm is what all you've got left, right?
I'd rather her arm than a leg. I'll be honest.
There's a weird...
You can still get that sexy love.
Because it immediately goes there, doesn't it? I mean, as a twist, something that's meant to make you sort of upset. Right?
Profound,
Oh,
yes.
no, his robot arm is actually his wife. This is terrible.
At that point in the game, I forgot his wife had died.
Are you aware that she's dead?
Yes, that's how the game starts, I think.
Does it?
Maybe. I don't know. It's so long ago
I wondered
now,
if you
can't
found
remember.
out at the end that she's dead.
Oh, maybe
she's
actually.
part
Maybe
of
you find it all at once. Maybe you find it all at once. Yeah, maybe.
That would be the more hilarious way of doing it. By the way, his wife's dead. By the way, his wife's dead. Because why the fuck
and your
not?
cock,
Right?
that's your dogs.
Yeah.
What?
Oh well.
Don't know where that went.
It's fine.
That got a bit crazy.
So that's what's been going on in the world of news. I
That
kept asking
wasn't,
Scal.
Bionic Commando wasn't going on, just in case.
Oh no, Bionic Commando is
It could be
definitely not
Bionic Commando
happening.
2. That's how this started. We don't know what
Yeah.
the 2 meant. It could be Bionic Commando 2.
But I kept asking Dave this morning. I was like, "Well, what's been happening in the news side? What's going on?" And he's like, "Nothing."
It's
He just kept saying nothing.
'cause
it will- Someone
Nothing
do
is
something,
happening.
please.
When does the order come out? 2 weeks?
yeah.
So I think then
2.5.
that will kick
The
off
order,
when
the
it
order
all
comes out in 2
Well,
weeks.
let's Evolve next week.
Yeah,
Surely everyone's looking forward to Evolve.
Yep.
Yep. Miller is.
Right. Right.
What we've been playing, everybody? Who's been
let's go
playing
around
what?
the table. Let's start with Tom. What have you been playing?
I've been playing the critically acclaimed Wolfenstein on PS4.
I hear that got rave reviews.
solid
Yeah, I
6
hear
out
that
of 10
everyone
smash.
loved that game.
It got good reviews. Lots of people put it high up in their Game of the Year lists.
Yeah.
Where are you at now in Wolfenstein: The Order? The New Order, should I say?
Where am I?
Or New World Order. I got my New World Order top on today.
You got to understand, I play games for about half an hour a day.
Yeah, I know. That's all the
So
time we've
I'm
got.
at the bit, spoilers, with the eye gouging.
I don't even remember that. That's bad, isn't
You
it?
know, you first meet the bad dude.
Oh, yeah, no, I know you
And
are.
he's like,
right, so you're
pick
still,
a man.
Yeah,
So you just made your decision.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Which apparently changes the game, but for argument's sake, no, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It does, and all it does is it puts you on. It gives you. It gives you. No, but it's true. All it does is give you a different cast of characters. That's not spoilers. That's obvious. If you're going to choose someone to die, another person's going to live.
I didn't know he was
Sounds
dead.
like a
Miller.
branching
I did
narrative
not
to
know
me.
he was dead.
I don't think this is the. I don't think anyone. I don't know who has said this apart from Gaff, but I don't think Wolfenstein is a bad game. I think Wolfenstein is a solid first-person shooter that peters out too quickly. It loses momentum too fast.
Polygon said it was their second favourite game of 2014.
Is this what Bethesda's told you or something? What's going on here?
What do you mean?
Oh, were they? Oh, it doesn't matter.
No, that's what I said in my review last year. The problem is, I put a 6 on it, and I stand by that 6. It depends how you view the mythical review score. And for me, 6 out of 10 is 1 point above average, and I think Wolfenstein is just above average first-person shooter. It just lacks.
Well, it depends. If you're using the entirety of a 10-point score, then 6 out of 10 is above average.
That's how I saw it.
There's an old, but as we all know, though, the actual scale is actually from about 4 to 10.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the burn scale is from 4 to 7.
Yeah, that's true too. But I mean, you're enjoying it so far, right?
I think. Well, I just finished playing Advanced Warfare, and I went straight to this.
Right.
And like I said at one point on this podcast, Advanced Warfare felt a bit like I was just watching it a lot of the time.
Well, that's true. Yeah.
And even when I was shooting guns, I didn't really feel like I was doing much. Whereas this is a lot more. If you don't do something, they kill you quite quickly.
I agree with that.
And it does feel. It feels like
What happens in the war, Tom?
It feels like a shoot. It feels like an FPS, whereas COD doesn't. It didn't feel like.
COD feels like an action game.
Yeah, and I thought I kind of like that it is more of a like an actual shooter. I haven't really got far enough in yet to know if it is going to turn into something really good.
I just think after you played, how long is it? I think I've got 12 hours. I think once you got, have you played it, Dave?
I have, but I gave up with it.
See, that's what literally I was about to say. I think when you get to 2-3 hours, you're like, I've seen it all. And all it does is just regurgitate environments or even give you new environments, but I'm still doing. The game isn't going anywhere, so you kind of lose a passion for it almost.
I got to a bit where you're in like an observatory and you fight like a big robot.
Yep.
And do you go in an elevator or something at that point?
I remember that.
And that was sort of where I kind of gave up
You
with
got
it.
quite a long way there.
One thing I'm not sure about is how you got through it at all, considering the dogs.
Where-
Because the dogs are quite scary.
Yeah,
Do you not
they
like
are.
dogs?
No, I do like dogs, but when I was this is a weird tangent, but we're here now. When I was like 12, 13, I got attacked by a dog.
Right.
And I still have a scar on my chest from where it attacked me. So obviously,
Wow,
when I
okay.
first meet a dog, I can be, depending on the dog, a little bit wary of it because my subconscious and subliminal message are like, fuck man, don't forget you got attacked
Yeah,
by the
yeah.
dog.
That chihuahua jumped high, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. But no, the dogs, a lot of that game is good, and a lot of it is very intense, like the dogs. And when you're getting chasing down, but it is like, geez. But I don't know, I just feel like it's rinse and repeat with that game. I don't think it ever goes anywhere. I don't think it evolves.
That's interesting, actually, because I don't.
Still on message as ever.
I don't actually like dogs at all. Like, I can't stand them.
Do you not?
No, I generally
respect
can't
that.
stand them. I think they're, and we've always had dogs in our family, like my entire life. I mean, I've liked my dogs, obviously.
Yeah.
But, just dogs in general as a species, they can fuck off. But
Is this why you don't like Wolfenstein?
I had dogs growing up and everything. But when I was like a little kid, my uncle used to have Alsatians, and they were the most vicious, shittiest animals.
My uncle, actually, no, one of my cousins had an Alsatian. It scared me.
Yeah, it used to it didn't like me. Every time they let it near me, it used to like bark in my face and stuff. And
Funny enough, it was called
Yeah.
Joker. Wasn't funny though.
Well, yeah, my uncle's Alsatians were called Cleo and Tyson, and which sort of gives you an eye into the character of my uncle. And they used to eat their own shit.
I think most dogs do, don't they?
That's,
Something that dogs do.
Yeah. I mean, it's just like I can't.
What does Wolfenstein mean?
Wolfenstein?
Yeah, is that the name of the castle, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Castle
yeah.
Wolfenstein.
Does it
yeah.
mean anything though? Or is that just a name?
No, I imagine it does.
Do you-
I don't want to say though.
I've just
'cause-
realised it's got the wolf in the title, as in like a dog.
Is
But it's got umlauts
Wolfenstein-
over the O's. There's Wolf.
Is
Wolfenstein.
Is Wolfenstein in the most recent Wolfenstein game?
No.
Is the
The
castle?
original Wolfenstein is.
Well, you get trading standards on it, then, don't you?
It is, yeah. You go to sleep and you can play the original Wolfenstein,
Yeah.
which I actually think is a better game. It's gonna annoy
Well,
a lot
the
of
original
people.
Wolfenstein.
I love that. Why have we
No
chose to talk?
ceilings.
Yeah.
Yeah, why are we talking about a game that's nearly a year old?
Just because now people be mad at me again. I've only been back 20 minutes. No one's
No,
mad
I'm
again.
talking about it because that's what Tom's been playing.
That's
I was
true.
playing.
I don't care either. It's just my opinion. It doesn't mean anything. My opinion means less than nothing.
wow.
Yeah, think of that.
Anything else you've been playing,
I've been
Tom?
playing Now TV on PlayStation 4, and it's rubbish. The app on that is rubbish.
Does that mean I can talk about WWE Network?
If you can mention it, like compared to like Netflix is a really nice app on everything, pretty
Yeah,
much.
yeah, pretty much.
But Now TV, it's like they didn't even bother. It's like I don't know what they've done, some kind of web browser and just shoved it on. It's just all rubbish.
Yeah, full
you know, like,
OD
have you
apps
seen
like
iTV Player on the PlayStation?
Rubbish.
Awful. It's kind of that level of badness.
It's like our classic ITV.
This is
load of
clearly
old
like when you
shite.
open the app and you're like, this is quite clearly just a full screened web browser.
It's just rubbish. I can't
Yeah.
believe it's on there. Like
Yeah.
it's just bad. But yeah.
There
We
you
all
go.
watched Aladdin, didn't we, over the
I did.
weekend?
Yeah, we did on
What?
Netflix.
Completely
Everybody
independently.
watched Aladdin.
It turned out that three of us in the office just
I didn't watch
randomly
Aladdin,
watched
and I'm the only one with. Actually, no, Tom, you've got children,
Hmm.
but we're the only ones with children.
Hey, Aladdin is a film for all ages. It's a classic Disney.
Do you know why I never
brilliance.
watch Disney films? Because my kids watch nothing but fucking Stampy Cat videos all the time.
Stampy Cat.
Yeah.
You gotta
Oh,
love
have I told you
Stampy
about Stampy Cat?
No, what the hell is
We
Stampy
mentioned
Cat?
this on the podcast
Yeah,
before.
we
There's
have.
this guy, he's this YouTube channel, and he's basically like Yogscast, but for preschoolers.
Right.
He's very, very focused on his sort of child demographic.
Yeah.
And
1 to 6.
The laugh makes me want to kill myself.
yeah. That's what you laughed like. That
Right,
wasn't
okay.
me. That's all that's ever on in my house on various different screens. And like one child will be watching it on the iPad, the other one will be watching it on the telly.
Is he a success, this man? I guess he must be.
Big
Yeah, he's a
success.
massive success. He's probably like Britain's biggest YouTuber, I reckon.
Shit the bed.
Wow, he's not as big as Yogscast, is he? They're British. I don't know.
And what does he
He's
do?
up
He
there
makes
anyway.
cartoons or dresses up as a cat?
No, it's just Minecraft videos. It's
smart.
just Minecraft videos.
Okay, right.
It's not like
thought it was literally a Stampy Cat.
nothing that requires any talent.
But it's very soft. It's very CBBC sort of presenting.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
okay.
like
That's quite smart, really.
Imagine Minecraft
Yeah,
Let's
we should
Plays
have
like
that.
via Andy Peters.
Have
and
you seen-
that's,
do you know-
Now I'm sold.
Yeah.
Where can I watch this?
Do you know of Mr. Tumble?
No.
Yes.
Is
Yeah.
it like Mr. Tumble for Minecraft?
No, not
Is it
quite.
above that level?
It's not quite as creepy and horrible as that. No. Actually, Stampy Cat's all right. He sounds like a very nice chap.
Yeah.
But Mr. Tumble is
A wanker?
it just gives me the
I don't know who any of these people are, so I'm just.
I'm gonna get some
slander.
YouTube clips of Mr. Tumble and show you and Dave.
All right, I'm excited. I'm pumped. We'll do it. We'll have it.
I think David.
I know what Mr. Tumble is.
I think David liked Mr. Tumble.
As if I don't know what Mr. Tumble is.
Do you know what Mr. Tumble is?
I think so.
How?
If it's the Mr. Tumble I'm thinking of.
Probably isn't. Let's face it. This is probably something weird now. Simon, what have you been playing?
Well, I want to talk about stuff that PSN gives me for free.
Yeah.
Which is the Swapper,
Yes.
which came out in last month's PSN.
Yeah. I've been
Have
playing a
free
bit of it
game.
as well.
Miller,
It's very good.
just to stop you there, just so people don't get angry, you are paying a subscription, therefore you did not get it for free.
Do people get angry about that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Drive PS
It's
Plus
not
edition,
free.
it's not
You're
free.
paying.
Okay, the game that I paid for by accident on the PSN, which was the Swapper. Now, the best thing about this service, though, is that I would never have played the Swapper. I never would have gone out my way to have played the Swapper. I knew the Swapper existed, but I didn't know what it was, so I ignored it entirely. But because it's there, I downloaded Infamous as well and deleted that straight away. Pile of crap. But
Wow. Wow. Wolfenstein.
joking.
Infamous.
Didn't we give Infamous a 6 out of 10? No, I give it a 7.
You reviewed that.
Yeah, you did it.
It was a 7.
I think Infamous is all right. It's just
Now you're
not
going to
for
say
me.
the Swapper shit, aren't you?
No, I love the Swapper. This is the thing. This is what I'm doing. I'm pushing everything down.
The Swapper's
to
a solid 7.
to build the Swapper up to its 7 out of 10 platform. No, but I think it's awesome. I think it shines in its simplicity. It's not going to sound like an idiot, but it's true. Like, it's so simple concept, but it's so clever at teaching you how these puzzles can be worked out without actually actively saying it. It's a really smart game. It's really intelligent, and while kind of the latter stages of it do get a bit like we're just going to hurl the same similar kinds of puzzles at you till the end. Like the first sort of 2 to 3 hours is far more. I'm going to say this word and then I'll have to like kill myself later, but it's far more organic than the way it does it at the end. I think the whole idea of it and the execution of it is excellent, and I think that studio. Yeah, I don't know if they've done anything else. I probably should have looked it up. Do we know if this one?
I don't know.
Anything
It's
else?
Curve, isn't it?
Made it.
Yeah, it's Curve. That's right.
Isn't
yeah.
the Swapper, Dave, you might remember this,
Yeah.
isn't the Swapper the game where all the graphical elements are made of are photographed clay models?
I
or am
think so.
thinking of something
I think
else?
that's it.
It is, isn't
I think
it?
it is.
It looks like that. I'd imagine
yeah.
it would be. But the best thing about it
Gorgeous
is,
game.
and it's a kind of a thing that is lost now. And it's one of the reasons I want to play Grim Fandango. It's
Yeah.
one of the reasons I want to play Dead of Tentacle. It's because the best thing about the Swapper is I played it with my girlfriend, and it's one of those games you don't have to be in control of the pad to enjoy it.
Yeah,
Because you
yeah.
can say, oh no, point that there and put that there and
Yeah,
push this
yeah.
together. And when you start doing that, it's almost like, oh, it's like,
Oh, mate, you would love a Wii U.
I've got a Wii U.
Oh, you like shit? She can be there pushing the thing on the pad. You'll be there with a Wii remote, loving it.
But it's true, and that's why I mean, Day of the Tentacle more than Grim Fandango, just because the way they're built is, it's one of those great games where you can share it without actually playing it together in sense of having
Yeah.
two different controllers. And I think the only stupid thing about the Swapper. Does anyone care about Swapper spoilers? Is that a thing?
Some people might.
Nah.
Some people
Okay,
might.
well, I'm about to
suppose
spoil.
some-
I'm about to spoil the Swapper, so
You die all the time.
Yeah,
you do
yeah.
die all the time, and you get this. You can create more of yourself and swap to them.
Yep.
At the end,
It's like Moon. I've just spoiled Moon for everyone.
Well, you hadn't until you said that.
Cut that.
Does anyone in here care about Swapper spoilers before I do this? I
No.
assume not.
No.
Did you finish it? Did you get to the end?
No, I'm just playing.
So at the
through.
end, you get saved by this ship, and you can choose to swap to one. Because basically, the guy comes down and says, "We can't save you. There's too much danger here." So you can choose to swap to this person or not. And it's like, don't no. There was no like, oh, what am I going to do? I swap to him. So obviously, I'm going to swap to him. I want off this rock.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a little bit.
Oh, what?
weird,
So you
ending.
killed the other guy?
Yeah. Fuck that guy.
Oh, that's a bit.
But I honestly think, I think
Imagine
as a puzzle game and as an indie title, as people say, I think it's brilliant.
But
I really
imagine
do.
that was your only way to escape from like a dangerous situation. It's
Well,
like,
in real life.
I mean, either you swap bodies with somebody who's basically telling you have to die or you die.
In
But
real
I'm
life, it's
not
an
sure.
incredible choice. In a game where I'm digital clay things, I don't care.
But I mean, it's a
Mate.
horrible conundrum because you swap into this new guy. You're like, yay, I'm safe, but I've got a new Willie and I don't like it.
You got all these problems.
You ever think about that, Simon?
No, I don't. But now I will. So I take back every criticism I just said about the Swapper, and it is. But honestly, I think it's the best game I've got off PS Plus, and it's a game that I would easily
Yeah.
play more of if there was
How
the
do you
option
know
to.
the other ending isn't a good ending?
Well, that's true. I didn't try the other one. So
Maybe you sacrifice yourself, and then the other guy goes, "All right, I'll help you off," and you leave.
maybe. but I will never know because I
Maybe,
killed that
maybe he's
motherfucker.
immediately like, that was very noble.
Therefore, I will now save you.
I will clear
Which
it.
means he's being a piece of shit because he told me there was no way to save him. But no, yeah, I think it's genuinely really good, and I think it's one of those things that. The best thing about it is, even if that isn't your type of game, I think it's well enough put together that it can win you over.
Yeah.
And bravo to the swap.
It is a very good game. It kind of reminds, I don't know, for some reason, everything comes back to the Amiga with me, but I kind of feel like it could have been an amazing Amiga game.
Yeah,
as
I know
well.
what you mean. It's got that,
got that kind of vibe
that
about
feel
it.
to it. It's a bit like, no, it's not, but I've started now. But it's a bit like Shadow Complex, but nothing like Shadow Complex. It just looks like it.
It feels
so
a bit.
let's not talk about
it
it.
feels a bit Metroidvania.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't
Well,
think it
it's-
actually is.
No,
it?
it has that kind of aesthetic feel, but the rest of it feels very much.
Is it like
very
Braid
unique.
or not?
I've never played Braid.
Nah.
I
Because you
refuse
talk
to
about
play it.
like making other versions of yourself. You kind of do that in Braid, don't you?
Ish.
No, but
Similar.
it's not quite. I mean, it's more to do with. It's got some very sort of simple rules. Basically, you can make clones of yourself, and they will like mimic your actions, and you can swap to them. So it's like you use that to reach inaccessible areas because you can generate the clones like quite a distance away with a gun you've got.
Yeah,
So
you swap a gun.
Wasn't there another
Yeah.
clone game like Winterbottom or something? Yeah, not play
Winter
that?
Bottom.
Yeah.
That's what I've got at the moment.
Dave Scammell's Winter Bottom tour.
Bloody freeze in my ass.
that's because I imagine that you're the kind of man who eats a lot of Heinz Big soup.
That is interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
strike me as that kind of bloke. Are
Dave
you?
doesn't eat soup.
I have soup every now and then.
Whatever.
I like how all these conversations are pulled together by just wonderful tangents.
Oh yeah. I tell you what I did eat when I was very ill. Actually, I'll lead into this with something else. I don't really want to talk about what I've been playing
Yeah.
because I've been playing it for about 6 months now.
Right.
What is it? I want to know.
Drive Club, innit?
Oh yeah, I didn't know that.
I am the official Drive Club correspondent.
Well, if you like it, you like it.
And
Be proud of
I'm
it.
working my way through the DLC because I bought the season pass in the little 10% PSN thing, and I have to say, I started playing the weather DLC. It's called the Elements Pack.
Yeah.
When I was feeling a little bit ill, and the amount of snow in one of the tracks, one of the events, and the lighting of that event as well, it made me feel horrific. Like I had the worst motion sickness I've ever experienced in my life.
because it was so real.
So basically, it's essentially the track is pitch black essentially, and you're racing at like 150 miles an hour, and there's so much snow coming towards you in the headlights. It looks like you're going into hyperdrive constantly.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I get you.
I find that really
And
disconcerting.
it's these constant white dots,
Yeah.
so many white dots just coming from a black screen towards you,
Freaks you
rushing
out.
so far. It doesn't freak me out. It just, my eyes are like,
Yeah.
looking all over the place. Like I don't know where I'm supposed to look. And it's just, yeah.
It gives you a
completely
bit of
destroyed me.
tunnel vision kind of thing, doesn't it?
Yeah,
It's-
it did.
It's weird, yeah.
And I eventually vomited.
Really? Jesus.
But this
Like,
may
I eventually, like, there's a bit of two in a whoa.
I mean, this was brought on, I believe, by the other illness I was suffering from at the time.
Well, Winterbottom.
Well, it wasn't
Yeah.
Winterbottom.
Very nice, Jim. Cool back. I like it.
But this didn't help at all. It made me incredibly
Yeah.
queasy.
No, I can imagine. 'Cause, I mean, I borrowed one of the office copies of Drive Club, and it's like
borrowed in
If I-
inverted.
Borrowed,
I
made
did bring it
Emma.
back. I did genuinely bring it
I'm
back.
still waiting for Sniper Elite.
Oh, sorry. I keep forgetting that. It's like, I've got
Been asking
Sniper
for about
Elite.
a year.
I've got a Sniper Elite in my cupboard. I keep forgetting to bring it in for Dave. What was I going to say?
Drive Club.
Yeah, Drive Club. I tried. So I went. I was like, I'm going to enjoy this. So I stuck it on one of the tracks, and I was like, precipitation max or whatever. Just made the weather horrific. And like, yeah, when you get up to speed, as Dave says, it is like going into like hyperspeed because
Yeah, it would be
little
annoying.
particles of rain fly at, and it's. It's difficult to concentrate on the road when that's happening.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that particular event, I'm
It's
actually
like the fucking end of 2001.
I'm actually quite surprised it's actually in there. Like,
Yeah,
in terms
yeah.
of, because I don't know how it works, but in terms of triggering epilepsy and things like that, people who are photosensitive and stuff like that. Like, I would imagine that something like that could potentially
It could do,
something
I
like
guess, because you've got that going on, and then you've got the lightning flashes
Yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff.
I remember when Sony had. Do you remember Wipeout, Tom, on PS3? Do you remember the preview code for that? It had, was it Zone or something?
Yeah, did they have to do something?
And they had to
something
change
didn't
it
they?
because
Yeah.
that could trigger, or they were concerned that may trigger sort of a photo.
good mode though,
shit.
wasn't it?
thing.
Yeah,
But
well, it was a good mod though.
I don't know what they changed, but it's just because it's sort of pulsing
Yeah, and
with
they-
the music and the speed
Yeah.
of it, and it was this all.
I mean, that can make you feel ill if you play it with a hangover. That mode on Wipeout.
Yeah.
I loved Wipeout HD.
Oh, it's good.
Absolutely, they should do it. Somebody
I've
needs
never
to do a
got
PS4
Wipeout.
one. Surely.
I've never. It's always lost on me. Every time I play, I just don't get it. I know that it's good, but I don't get
Just
it.
The
use the-
original was too hard.
Really.
Just
I
use the
never
air
played it.
brakes to turn.
2097
That's all
was
you
real
need.
good.
That's it.
Should I play Drive Club? Is Drive Club boring? Sorry, yeah, it is. Don't worry about it.
You see, Brett thinks it is,
Yeah.
It's terrible.
but I think Forza Motorsport 5 is actually quite boring. He loved Forza Motorsport 5.
So I think Forza
don't know.
This is my problem. There's no racing games anymore. They're
not
just
PGR, is
exciting.
it? It's not
This is the
PGR.
point. It's not PGR. Where's
We always come back
It does
to that point.
in
but-
the slower cars at the beginning of the campaign. It is quite dull, and I think the first hour I was really like, "What?"
Yeah.
don't know about
By
this.
Brett's
But
own
when you start
admission.
unlocking the faster stuff,
Yeah.
and now with the weather and all that, I think it's actually really good.
I think Drive Club's incredible. I really do. Like, I'm shite at it, but what I played it. Sat there and played it for a couple of hours. I really enjoyed it. But like by Brett's own admission, Forza Motorsport 5 doesn't even have a proper racing soundtrack. It's got a fucking orchestral score.
Yeah,
That's all right.
And that sounds boring to me.
yeah, but it's like one track.
And then,
Oh, right.
it is
Yeah.
proper like, and it's not like Jerry Bruckheimer or an.
Oh, that's what I assumed it would be.
It's not-
Oh, fuck
no,
that.
it's
I think
not
most
that kind
people
of
tell it.
thing.
Mind you, Drive Club has like one track on loop essentially.
Yeah.
fast do you wanna go?
But where?
Yeah, but at least that's got a racing theme. Like Forza Motorsport 5 is like listening to fucking classic FM.
But where's my arcade racing games? Where are they?
Burnout.
Where's that?
What do you want? You want Burnout?
Yeah, I'll take that. It'll be fine.
I'll take Burnout.
There'd be Need for Speed this year, no?
Yeah, Need for Speed this year.
Yeah, but Need for Speed is.
Oh, it's just turned into
What,
a sort of.
what you want is a game called The Crew.
No, I do
No.
not. No, I do not.
Have you heard all this bollocks he comes out with, Miller?
Well, I just did then, yeah.
He loves it.
I don't know what I gave that game. I've forgotten.
6, I think.
Gave it
Six.
six.
I was going to say, well, while you were away, Tom did lose his mind.
When gave the crew a six.
The Crew is, if you want like a fun arcade game, The Crew has a bigger hook than Drive Club. for sure, in
Do
my mind.
I have to drive up some kind of tower and then look over the edge to
No.
unlock more of the map?
Tower stuff you don't have to do.
It
at
is
all,
totally
really.
Assassin's
Is
Creed.
it Assassin's Creed in a car?
I mean, you don't have to drive up. It's not quite like.
I'm sick
you
of
know.
this.
Let's play it, Miller.
What?
Let's play it.
The crew?
Yeah.
Okay, done.
Create our own crew.
All right.
I
Real
watched
dog.
our road trip video last night.
Oh, yeah, I forgot we did that.
I watched that road trip video last night. I was going through, you know.
That is
all-
literally my only, what do you call it, connection to the cruise. I probably shouldn't rip on it, considering all I did was eat an ice cream and
the
watch
only
it.
thing I remember about it is you sitting behind everyone, not quite understanding what the point of the video was.
No, I didn't have a clue.
You were
I
just
didn't
like,
understand.
you're just like, why are 5 men standing watching people play the crew?
Where do you think I come from? What was it? What accent was that?
Hampton Wick. I
Yeah.
don't know. Like,
All right, Dave and I will play the crew and we'll make our own crew.
Is this a serious thing?
Yeah, we can play the crew. Don't have to.
Dave
should we do another road trip video?
No, we can do, but I thought I'd played all I wanted to play the crew.
No,
But I don't
he's
want
finished
to.
The Crew, and he moans about me liking it a little bit. He finished it before I did.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
Yeah, you
But he put
platinum did,
hours
didn't you?
into it.
I would just like an arcade racing
Where's
game that
Ridge
is very,
Racer?
very simple.
Where's Ridge Racer? Doesn't exist anymore for some reason. Why have they
Yeah.
not made another one?
Hasn't
Where's
Need for
PGR?
Speed?
Why just bring back PGR? It's fine. People will buy it this time.
They're dead now, though, aren't they?
Yeah, but they can bring them back.
What about Weave Race?
What's that?
It's like Wave Race, but on Wii U.
I thought
Or Pilot Wings.
I thought you were like, I
Pilot Wings.
thought you were talking
Pilot
about.
Wings.
my Pilot Wings.
Pilot,
Why haven't they done that?
Pilot Wings.
Just for fun, Pilot Wings. Anyway,
great.
I would like a new arcade racing game or Pilot Wings.
Pilot
That's
Wings
where
U.
we've got to at the end
There
of
is
this.
that,
Pilot Wings U.
Weave Racer, I'm imagining something like Cooking Mama on the DS, except it's like you work in a hairdresser.
yeah, sounds a bit like it.
Yeah. Anyway,
Someone's going to comment and say, you haven't heard about this racing game.
Oh, you will have missed loads.
There is one called like Arcade Race or something. Looks quite good.
No, but I need it thrown
tell
in
you
my
what.
face. Throw this game in my face.
Hey, what about Project Cars?
silence. I keep telling. I've mentioned this a few times that Asphalt 8, the free-to-play racer
yeah,
that is
I
on
remember, yeah.
everything, is actually really good.
Yeah, but it's not
Really?
PGR, is it?
Yeah, but nothing's PGR
on.
though, is it?
Not even PGR's
They
PGR.
can bring back PGR this year. I know they're going to do it. It's happening.
As we're kind of talking about retro games, I just want to point out that I finished Streets of Rage 2 for the first time in my life this weekend. That was brilliant.
I've only ever finished the first one.
Okay.
It's not as good as Final Fight, is it?
I don't know. I never finished that
There you
one.
go.
So I liked it. Streets of Rage 2 was good.
Yeah, it's Street Rage 2 is weird because when like when I was a kid, I only had Streets of Rage 1 because.
Streets of Rage. Don't let
Oh
Burns
God!
go.
Oh yeah.
No,
Sorry.
he's not here. Streets of
Sorry.
Rage 1, we're doing
Sorry,
it.
Burns.
Yeah.
He's gonna burst in.
Yeah.
Spider sense will be tingling. Yeah, when I was a kid, I only had the first Streets of Rage because my mum was one of those parents that's just like, well, you got the first one. Why do you need the second one?
Didn't understand the
Oh, I would go, if that was my mum, I would go mad.
It's properly like, I mean, can you imagine somebody being like, well, you got Morrowind, what do you need Skyrim for?
Yeah.
Like,
To be
fucking-
fair, if you're a mum
Yeah.
and you're listening to the Video Gamer podcast and you were a mum in that era, I can imagine looking at the first Streets of Rage and the second one and not really telling the difference. They are
probably
very
quite
similar.
Similar experiences.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I can understand them not understanding it from an aesthetic point of view.
At least
but it's still unfair.
At least she'd said,
It is very
you've already
unfair.
got Ridge Racer. Why do you need Ridge Racer Revolution? Better point. That's a better point.
You know, this is the same mum of mine who
Hardcore gaming mum.
owns fucking 2 copies of Grease on DVD. So you know, that's
Exactly.
the same film. Anyway,
But yeah, Streets of Rage 2 was good.
yeah.
Play it.
So Streets of Rage was a weird series as well because I remember like. My cousin had Streets of Rage 2.
Yeah.
I was obviously only familiar with the first one. And then you play it and it's like this new thing. And it's like some of the characters in Streets of Rage 2 are like, isn't one character like the child of a character in the first one or
I
something?
don't know the story of Streets of Rage 2. I know you're trying to save Axel. And
yeah.
you can't be him, so that's a little bit
It's
upsetting.
got,
You can be
like,
Max
yeah.
instead, so it's all right.
I mean, people forget that the Streets of Rage series had a really intricate plot. Like,
Did it?
Yeah, yeah.
I didn't know that. At the end, you fight a guy with a gun, which I thought was a bit unfair.
A
Fists
girl with
against
a gun.
A guy with a
Oh, a
gun.
guy with a gun.
He has a moustache. It could be probably not a girl, but it could be. Who knows?
yeah. Right, there we go. What else has people been playing? You wanted to talk about Streets of Rage 2. Have you seriously only been playing Drive Club, Dave?
No, I played a bit of that Tales from the Borderlands. In fact, I played the whole episode of Tales from the Borderlands.
I played a bit, and when I bit, I mean all of it.
But, you know, I feel like that's a bit of a boring game to talk about.
Do you like it though, Dave?
I do like it,
Do you
yeah.
like Borderlands?
Not as much as everyone else does. But this does that great. It captures the silly humour
yeah.
of
I'm with you on
the series.
that.
And
I'm not really a fan of the Borderlands series at all, but I really, really like Tales of the Borderlands.
it's not perfect. In fact, the first 20 minutes of it, I thought, I'm not sure if I'm going to get through this.
It was a bit of setup though, wasn't it?
Yeah, and then it picked up once you actually got down onto Pandora.
Yeah.
Yeah, enjoyed
Tales of
it.
the Borderlands, very good. I was totally expecting it to be a real misstep for Telltale, but they managed to like do more with that universe than than Gearbox did.
Yeah.
Certainly. So
Agreed.
it was
I don't
very
know
good.
why this made me think of it. I guess because... No, I don't know why. Did you talk about Lego Jurassic World on last week's podcast?
No.
No.
Because I don't want Lego Jurassic World. I want Jurassic World Isolation. And it's very important that we start
Yep.
this campaign now because the Lego games are fine. The Lego games are great. And I fell off that wagon a long time ago because they are all the same. And I think you have to have a real great love of like an obsessive love of a license to really get something else. But that's not true because I'm obsessed with Batman. And I don't want to play Lego Batman 3 because it's just not on.
You love it, Miller.
No, I don't.
It's all
I don't.
Batman's.
Yeah, but it's not. It's more Lego. This is the point. It's always more Lego than the license. Those games don't
there's
change.
a lot of licensed stuff in it.
Well, yeah. My point being, though, is that Lego Jurassic World is fine, but this is the problem because 10 years ago we would have got a tie-in with the game that wasn't Lego, and now we're not getting that, and I kind of want it.
That game would have been bollocks.
Well, yeah,
though,
it would have been
wouldn't
bollocks, but why can't there be a happy medium
I
where we
played
get
Jurassic-
that game?
Did you play Jurassic Park on the Mega Drive?
No, I played on the SNES.
Well, if you had a
I don't know
Mega
if it's the
Drive,
same.
Mega Drive 1 was not like the SNES one.
Right,
You played as what was Sam Neill's character?
Grant. Dr. Grant.
Dr. Grant.
I thought that was a SNES. Oh, no, yeah, I'm with you.
And
I'm
you
with
played him as like a side-scrolling...
Didn't the T-Rex look amazing?
digitized characters, yeah. So you
Sounds really
you could
good.
choose to. One part of the game was you playing as him, and you jump platforms and stuff. You might have had like a whip. I can't remember. Maybe you did.
Yep,
I can't
damn
remember.
right.
But and then the other part of it was you played as like either a raptor. I think it was a raptor, and it was the same kind of game, but you jumped around the platforms. It was rubbish.
But that is not the game we're talking about. Sorry, Dave.
I played Lost World on PS1, which everyone hated. I really liked it because you could dinosaurs.
Is that the game you finish if you 100% it? Jeff Goldblum comes on screen and tells you off.
What?
You've not seen that clip?
I think-
There's one Jurassic Park game where if you 100% it, your Easter egg is the real Jeff Goldblum's on screen saying you're an idiot. How dare you play so much video games? You've not seen that?
No.
I'll share it with you. It's amazing.
That's amazing.
But I desperately want a scary first-person Jurassic Park game when you walk around the
Like
park.
Alien Isolation.
Yeah, but with it but being chased by a T-Rex.
Imagine like the raptor scene from Jurassic Park.
Oh,
in Alien Isolation.
Why is no one making that?
Because no one made
Look
Alien
to Jim,
Isolation
as
before
if
Alien
Jim had the
Isolation.
answer. No one what? No one made that.
No one made Alien Isolation before Alien Isolation.
You're right. Good point. But Creative Assembly, just make that game. Go and buy the
Jurassic Park.
I wonder what they'll do
Would be
next.
smashing. Would be
Do you think
smashing.
they'll do a
I
second?
think they'll do Alien Isolation 2.
Do you think they will?
Yeah. Or they'll call it Aliens Isolation. Lol.
But it doesn't seem to have sold as well as I think they'd wanted it to.
Over 1 million, right?
Yeah, but still, like,
It's not a lot, all things considered.
No.
It's just nice to finally get a video game based on the first film rather than the
Oh, no,
billions
totally.
we've had that are essentially adaptations
but where could they
of the
go
second
now?
one.
I don't really want to go into spoiler territory, but
You're right. It was tough. And the problem is, you make a sequel. We all think we want a sequel, but I imagine we'd then play it and go, actually, the first one was enough.
Yeah.
It did. What you want them to do is keep the isolation bit, Aliens, Jurassic Park,
I mean, I can see what
Predator. I don't know. Fucking
they won't want to. But like Dead Space to Dead Space 2, a lot of people seem to prefer Dead Space 2 to the original Dead Space. I'm not one of them. I preferred the first Dead
I-
First
Space.
one was much better.
Yeah,
Do you think these are the people that didn't play the original Dead Space? They started off on Dead Space 2, maybe.
maybe, I don't know. But it started down that path of getting a bit more actiony that Dead Space
It's
3
still
totally
good. Dead
became.
Space
Dead
2 is
Space
still
terrible,
good.
yeah.
Dead Space 2 was still good, yeah, but it wasn't as good as the first one. And I'm worried that
Yeah, Ace will do the
maybe
same.
they do the same. But
Especially if it didn't sell, and they think, well, give it guns and shooty, it'll do more. That's the worry. I
that was their entire thing about this,
Yeah.
wasn't it? They didn't want that, mind you. They also said something they didn't want to do that they did.
You could have a Predator Isolation. Predator Isolation where you play Danny Glover.
What, in the streets of New York?
Yeah.
And Gary Busey's there.
You just played Danny Glover trying to get a
versus
career.
Predator,
really.
wouldn't it?
You what, sorry?
Alien versus Predator Isolation. That's the next one.
Oh gosh. But I would take a different license entirely. Are they saying that? What else would you do outside of Jurassic Park? What else has a big monster that's chasing
Ghostbusters.
Jaws.
Jaws isolation. Ghostbusters isolation.
Not-
Be
it'd be
chased
a bit-
by
not as
bigots on the
scary, but-
internet. That'd be good.
Yeah.
Internet isolation.
Oh, it sounds wonderful. So
It's
yeah,
a whack-a-mole game where you just keep blocking people on Twitter. Anyway, we've been going for quite a while now. We need to get onto questions, otherwise we'll never get through them.
All right.
Right. Brett Claxton, our old friend Brett Claxton asks.
What's happened to the voicemails?
I don't know.
He was a rap star.
I don't know. It was him.
Brett Claxton.
Someone else used to deal with the voicemails, and that person stopped dealing with them, so we all stopped dealing with them.
Stop dealing with almost everything.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
If you're waiting on a Member of the Month prize, it's been sorted.
Yeah, Tom Ori has sorted that shit out for you, members of the month.
Anyway, so Brett Claxton asks, have you ever fallen out with anyone because of a video game?
I think I probably.
See if everyone just goes, no, that's going to fuck off, Brett Claxton. Come up with a better question.
As in really,
Not yet, but I will do when some people start to realise that I've still got copies of their games they've never asked for back. But they haven't realised it. I got a lot of people's stuff that I borrowed and forget to give back, which is when you never lend me anything. There's a rule for this podcast.
I lent out every time I lend out a romantic comedy to someone, it goes missing.
Dave, what are you missing?
What
What are you missing?
No, I lent a former friend
Former, because he stole his copy of
a
the game.
DVD copy of The Notebook, which I never got back.
Oh,
so I
Dave.
then replaced it with a Blu-ray copy of The Notebook, which I lent to James about a month after I first started it, which I've never got back. I lent a friend
Why
of mine.
are you watching The Notebook?
Oh, it's a great film, Miller. I lent a friend of mine my Blu-ray of Bridesmaids about 18 months ago, which I still haven't got back. It's like every time I...
Why are you buying such
lend.
bad Blu-ray?
Yeah.
They're both great films.
But more
Trust
importantly,
me.
did you ever find your copy of Watch Dogs?
No, what happened to that?
Miller's got it, probably.
Have you got my copy of Watch
I've never
Dogs?
played Watch
Well,
Dogs.
how do you know? You might have
Doesn't mean
borrowed
you haven't got his
He
copy.
kept it.
I don't have your copy of Watch Dogs.
My copy of Watch Dogs came into this office and then disappeared.
I don't have your. I've never owned or seen or touched a copy of Watch Dogs.
Unbelievable.
And I'm
Tomorrow,
proud of that.
Dave, it'll be on your desk.
I'm the only one here that actually bloody bought Watch Dogs. It's disappeared.
I didn't take it.
No, I don't think you did.
I didn't.
I think it
would
disappeared
give
after
it, I would
you
have
had...
given it back. Yeah, I would have given it back to you.
yeah.
I fell out with my brother when we were a kid a lot over Mario Kart on the SNES.
Yeah.
We had a system on Mario Kart, right? So we had a little TV and you had 4 red chairs. The way Mario Kart worked is winner stays on. So if you got to the very far left chair,
Yeah.
you're in the prime seat, and then you'd all shift up and down depending on who won or lost. There's a lot of falling out between
Did you
my
only
brothers
play
and
one
cousins.
player?
No, it's two-player. So yeah, two-player, but when it stays on.
Right.
So there's a lot of moving around. I used to fall out with my brothers and cousins a lot over Mario Kart. But I was really good at the original Mario Kart, so that made that chair my own.
Oh, I've told the story about how I fell out over V-Rally 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I won't repeat
Oh,
that.
no, I don't know it. I'll tell it for me.
How did it end?
Tell it for me.
I went to Blockbuster with a mate. He wanted me to rent V-Rally 2. I didn't rent V-Rally 2. He gobbed on me at a bus stop. We never spoke again.
All right, why was he so desperate? What did you rent instead?
Nothing.
Oh, right, well. No, he's still wrong. He shouldn't have gobbed on you. He did the right thing.
It's all chocolate gob as well.
Gobbed on me at a bus stop.
Gobbed. I haven't heard the word gobbed in ages. I got gobbed on. Can you believe
I mean,
it?
imagine like that was look, imagine you were adults and that's how you solved it. That's how you solved it.
I'm sorry, I thought you were going to say, imagine that was an advert. What, for Blockbuster? You don't rent V-Valley 2, you will get gobbed on.
Don't get gobbed
Blockbuster
on.
Video.
Yeah.
Blockbuster Video.
Tom, didn't you used to
I used
sort
to
of
hit, I used to
assault
hit
James?
yeah. Playing virtual.
Assault.
It's such a dull story. We used to play virtual snooker a lot. That's how exciting I was as a child. And I played it almost as, well, probably more than I played. I played real snooker a lot.
Yeah.
And I played virtual snooker at least as much as I played real snooker.
Yeah.
And we were really good. We could get like century breaks without assists and everything. We were good at this game. But we sat on like a little, you know, like those little computer desks that have like drawers you pull out the keyboard.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
they're just big enough for a monitor. They're really small. And we used to sit around that, the two of us together. It wasn't really in the room for both. And because we were so close, I used to hit him. And eventually I just used to raise my hand and he'd kind of recoil backwards because he
Like
thought...
a Pavlovian messaging.
Because he thought I was going to hit
Conditioning
him.
even.
So I just used to do that all the time. It's quite mean.
It's really mean.
This is why Brad has left.
Yes. I once punched my brother in the head just because he's my brother and that's what they do. And he responded by wiping my pipe on Zelda. Not Oracle of Ages.
Wiping your pipe.
That's what we used to call it, wiping the pipe. Don't turn it into a double entendre. Right. Firstly, I got to remember the Zelda game because it's the Wind Waker. Because we called it the pipe because the very first Game Boy game we had was Super Mario Land, and that you had saving pipes.
Right.
So we would always call it "Don't wipe my pipe." Move on. Next question. We're off topic.
You know, when you talk about hitting your brother, I
Yeah.
just forgive me for this. I don't
No,
know if
it's
you've
fine.
seen Prison Break, but that's
No.
what I think of. Anyone else seen Prison Break?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Well, what happens in that? Someone hits their brother and they
It's,
wipe their Zelda pipe.
It's Wentworth Miller and another big bald man who plays his brother. That's what I imagine.
Okay.
So, yeah.
No, well, he's bald.
Yeah.
He's,
Is he?
he's about 6'5" though. He's really tall.
See, this is just that's just crystallizing it now. I need
Yeah.
to show you some
No,
Prison
that's
Break.
fine. That's fine.
Right, what else? Oh, we've got loads of questions. Bloody hell. Amelia Eldritch asks, how do you see the release of Battlefield Hardline going?
Badly.
Yeah.
I don't. Where's the hype? I don't see any hype for it. I don't see anyone getting
This
really
is the thing.
excited.
We spoke a bit about this on the video that we did the other day. It feels like it's you can't escape the negativity around it at the moment. Everywhere you look, people are like, I'm not buying Hardline. Hardline looks rubbish. But from what Bratters was telling me, God rest his soul, it looks sort of sounding all right now. It's the hot wire mode or whatever it is. It sounds okay. But it's at a weird time.
It seems beset with problems as well, and stuff out of their control as well, like all the controversy that's going on with the police at the moment as well.
But I also think that delay really hurt them. I think I don't. I
Well, this
think
is
it
the
was
thing, like it forced them to expand Battlefield 4's DLC
Yeah.
program. There's more DLC coming out now. There's more people playing Battlefield 4 now than there were months and months ago.
And why would they jump across?
Why
That's
would
my
they
question.
jump?
Yeah.
Because that's the true Battlefield game. If you want a Battlefield game, Battlefield 4 is the
Yeah.
one over Hardline. You also got Battlefront at the end of the year, which presumably they're going to start pushing pretty hard. Well, they're going to start announcing stuff on it around the time Hardline comes out.
They're
Be it-
going to wait, aren't they? And then probably go big.
But it can't be much longer than that,
Yeah,
surely.
no,
Like,
that's true.
April, May, I would have thought. So it's going to shorten its life cycle, I'd have thought, if they start talking about the next big shooter around the time they've just launched their other one. So I don't know. I don't know who the audience is because they keep banging on about
Yeah.
how it's a faster Battlefield than ever. Do Battlefield players want a faster Battlefield? I don't think they are. They do. Otherwise, they go to COD. But do COD players want a Battlefield that's
I
not
think
quite
so,
COD?
yeah.
I think
So-
Advanced Warfare. I don't know if everyone's discussed it, but the multiplayer that to me is really good. I think it's a really
I
solid.
love Advanced Warfare
Yeah,
multiplayer.
I think it's fantastic. I would not jump if someone said this is your Call of Duty alternative this year. And I don't mean like Battlefield COD. I mean literally, it's your dad said, I don't want it. I don't need it. I've got Advanced Warfare.
They're also going to be announcing the new Call of Duty presumably around May, so that's going to come shortly after.
I think they announced it. The announce was it wasn't botched, but it was too. It looked too much like a mod at the time, and I don't think they've ever really got around that. It seems like a spin-off and not one that people necessarily want.
The way they did it was cool. Like here it is. I mean, it leaked ages before they actually announced it, but when they actually announced it, here it is. You can play it today. Like the idea of that is cool. But unfortunately, the way it was at the time, I don't think really did it many favours. Because people always saw beta as demo, right? Yeah. Like you launch a beta 3 months before the game's out or whatever. That's a demo, essentially. And
it's true.
It is getting to the point now where people do betas. They kind of have to make sure that they're really polished, because otherwise people just don't really get what a beta is.
But that's their own fault. And me and Brad spoke about this months ago when I think it was the producer on Hardline. It sounded, I wasn't there, but the way Brad was describing it sounded like he was having a bit of a moan that players don't understand that a beta means it's a beta and it's not a demo. And it's like, but for years, EA in particular have sold demos as betas, and you can't now come back and go, well, people don't understand what they are. When you've
conditioned them exactly. To think a certain way.
Pre-order this, you get the beta that comes out a week before the game comes out. What?
Yeah, so it's true facts.
Yeah, I'm not sure how well it's going to do. It seems like the sort of the run of the litter in terms of the Battlefield series, definitely.
Well, who here wants to play it?
I mean, I am slowly warming to it, but I'm not as excited as I would be. I was excited for Battlefield 4.
Yeah.
Whereas this is one I'll give it a go. If I like it, I'll probably play it for a couple of months and we'll see what happens then. It's not like a sort of, I'm not really looking forward to it like I normally would.
I think it just, for a number of different factors, and some they had control over it and some they didn't. It's just very poorly timed.
I'd rather it was another bad company.
Definitely. Yeah. Why aren't we doing that?
I like Bad Company.
Yeah, Bad Company 2 was
that
really
a lot,
good.
Actually, people want another Bad Company.
And it's like it had even though the single player, particularly the first one, was a bit pants. The second one, like it had characters that were quite.
It was funny,
good, and the multiplayer in the second one was really good.
Yeah.
All the destruction and all that. I know they do, they have Levolution and all that, but it was the smaller scale destruction in Bad Company that worked really well. You could knock that building down.
It didn't just feel like a spin-off from, even though it was a spin-off, it didn't feel like this does. Like it's like essentially a expensive mod.
Yeah.
I mean, they've done a lot to kind of get away from that, but that is still what it's left with at the moment.
Yeah. I'd take another Bad Company.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, Sam Chapter asks, what's the quickest time between you buying and completing a game? I'm going to go to Dave first.
Depends on the game.
How does it depend on the game?
Well, it depends how long the game is, doesn't it?
No.
Yeah?
Well, no, you're right.
Well, no, it kind of does. But I think my answer to this question is Batman Arkham City. And that game's massive. But I abused it the weekend it came out and finished it.
Really?
Yeah. So that was about 20 hours I did in the space of 24.
See, I think like a couple of Call of Duties, maybe the first Modern Warfare, maybe Modern Warfare 2 or World at War or one of those. I finished them in a day. I finished them the same day.
Yeah.
That's because they were like 5-6 hours long,
That must be rubbish, though.
Yeah.
But
I enjoyed it. It's good.
Yeah, Batman was good too. So I was all right with it.
I remember not liking the first Fable game very much, but then getting weirdly really excited for Fable 2 because it looked that much better. Ooh. I loved Fable 2.
I got one.
Yeah?
Deadfall Adventures.
There you go. Deadfall Adventures from David Scammell.
Stone Cold classic.
Took it home on a Friday night. Finished it about 3 a.m. in the morning on Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Yep. With a pizza.
You lost sleep.
Oh, yeah.
You lost
Girlfriend
sleep
was
for that
asleep
game.
behind me. I was there playing it.
Living the dream.
That old shite, that game.
You're on the beanbag.
I was on the beanbag, yeah. How did you know?
I don't know. There's a lot of beanbag chat the other night.
Was there?
Yeah.
Shit, you're right.
How you like to sit in the buff on the beanbag playing video games.
Yep.
There you go, everyone. You can envision that right now.
Like
from
proper no pants leaving an ass crack print and everything.
Oh,
in
yeah.
a beanbag.
Yeah. Well, more than a print.
Just shitting on the beanbag.
just shitting on it.
Well, I can do it because it's not a real chair.
Oh, yeah. Classic Friday night.
I remember completing Fable 2 in like pretty much a weekend.
It's short, isn't it, Fable? Too short,
It's
then you'd
fucking
assume,
short. Yeah.
You'd assume you'd be in for like a wealthy RPG experience, but instead it's more watered down than
I thought
that.
that was always the problem with the Fable games. They didn't really feel like big RPGs, although that's what they wanted
That's
to
why
be.
I liked Fable 2.
Yeah?
I'm not into big, massive RPGs, and that felt like I'd kind of played a big, massive RPG in a couple of days.
Yeah.
And it felt longer than it was, because you had that whole bit in the tower, wherever it was.
Did you kill the dog?
No, I didn't say
The game's like 10 years old. We can talk about that.
Yeah.
My dog was called Badminton Jermaine.
Was it a rapper?
It was based on the joke about badminton and Jermaine from Flight of the Conchords.
I thought it would be from Flight of the Conchords.
Yeah.
Okay. There you go.
I'm just looking back on this now, and I think I've done it with a lot of shit games.
Yeah.
Like Megamind
did not play
Ultimate
that.
Showdown.
Oh my god!
I think I finished that over a weekend.
Yeah.
But I think because I just wanted to mop up all the achievements. Which, by the way, I used to call them Chivos, and I was speaking to the owner of Xbox Achievements the other day, Dan Webb, and he's telling me now trophies are referred to as Trophos.
What?
But that's not an abbreviation.
Like Chivos, Chivos, obviously.
It's shorter.
Yeah, surely
Chivos. Now trophies are Trophos.
Trophos, surely that's
That doesn't
just
make sense.
That's just not saying trophies right.
Yeah, and it sounds like
That's
some
not
kind
short.
of dog treat.
I mean, you'd have to be like
Some sweet dog treat.
Trophs is slightly shorter, isn't it? But Trophos.
Yeah, it's all about Trophos now, isn't it?
Fuck off.
Trophos.
If anyone ever comes up to me and says Trophos, I cannot be held responsible
How
for
many
my
Trophos
actions.
you got, Miller?
I don't even know. I don't understand Trophos.
No?
I don't understand.
We're all just
I go,
using it.
I go into my Trophos and I don't understand what I've achieved or I haven't achieved. It makes no
You got
sense.
your bronze,
I get
and you got
that.
your silver, you
I
got
get
gold.
that. I get that, but then there's another number and there's a big star. I'm like, what's going on?
What
Very
is the
confused by
star?
the
Yeah,
whole
I
thing.
don't understand what it is.
It's
Just give me a
bollocks, isn't
number.
it?
I think a lot of people go, yeah, I understand, but in reality, none of us do. Well, I'm changing that, and I'm openly admitting I don't understand Trophos.
Do you know what it is? It is basically there's a lot of fucking redundancy and unnecessary complexity in the trophy system.
Oh, yeah.
Just to differentiate it from achievements.
But the best thing about achievements is number. Here's what you got for a game.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Isn't it like
Yeah.
each trophy type has a number value, which then contributes to your percentage on your level, but the higher the level
Yeah.
requires more
This-
points
this
to
math-
level up.
this is maths.
Do you know what? It is just like fucking Sony to take the achievement system and go, you know what this really needs is some quadratic equations. Fucking
That is the official Sony voice, in case you're wondering.
that's 100%
But it's true, though.
Sony.
Too much maths. Not enough. No, I got nothing. What's next?
Yeah. We're going to start a campaign against maths on Video Gamer. Fuck maths.
Say no to Trophos.
Say no to
And
maths.
definitely say no to fucking Trophos.
Say no to the basis of basically the things we review.
Yeah.
Anyway, Joseph Morris asks, can Simon resist the villainy of Burns or is humanity doomed? It's a bit melodramatic.
Well, I've known Burns for years. I knew Burns long before VideoGamer, so I've been surviving it for ages. So yeah, easily, not a problem. Burns and I go way back.
So yeah, I mean,
Do you
I
think
think- I
Burns
think-
will go out in like
A blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like
it'll set off a nuclear bomb just as he's going?
Yeah, I think so.
Just-
I would worry that if Steve Burns knows he's going to die, we should all be
He
fearful
told
of
told
what,
me that we should start looking for his replacement because he's not going to be around for much longer.
because he's going to be dead.
He's going to do something.
But he doesn't want to.
I don't like this
this,
talk.
this is really sinister.
He just
scares
wants his
me.
body thrown in the bin. Don't forget that. He doesn't
Does
want
he
it.
really?
Did you not see that? The other day he was saying he doesn't want to be cremated. He doesn't want to be buried. He just wants his body thrown in a bin. There's no ceremony. There's no ceremony over death. He just wants to be thrown in the bin.
To be fair, my dad said that to me.
Did he?
Yeah.
Okay.
In a very sort of pessimistic, I won't bloody care, I'll be dead. Just stick me in a bloody skip.
I'd love to meet your family.
Oh, dear.
But yeah, Burns worries me sometimes.
He'll be all right.
Bless him.
He's been that way for years.
But he's all fucking talk, isn't he?
Yeah. Halo
I'm
1.
gonna get so much shit for that later. So the villainy of Burns is, I mean, sufficiently resisted, right, for a long time.
Yeah, for a long time. now.
Friend of VideoGamer, ex-friend of VideoGamer, Tom Bickmore asks.
Why X?
There was something I can't remember. Tom might remember.
Classic lad.
Do you think we'll ever get some decent Marvel games? I would argue that
Lego
Lego
Marvel,
Marvel was the only decent Marvel game.
I
but
guess
it
he
wasn't
means
really
like
good.
Batman, doesn't he? So you could take. But who would he take? What do you take in Marvel then? Batman? Iron Man?
I don't know.
Probably not going to work.
Iron Man wouldn't work. It would need to be somebody like
The Captain America game was all right, actually.
Yeah, but it was all right compared to what you assumed it was going to be,
It was
right?
like Batman Light.
Yeah.
It was all right.
I think the problem with Marvel, I think Marvel has a better cast of characters, but DC have more iconic characters. That's the way I always see it.
Yeah, I think. you're right.
Why did I say that? I'm dead. That's it. That's it. I'm not going to be on Netflix. I'm going to be roasted alive.
No, I think you're absolutely right, because I think the only kind of, I mean, this is probably changing now with the films and everything, because I mean, let's not forget the Avengers used to be Marvel's B team, and now they're very much Marvel's A team, right? But I always think that like the only Marvel character that has quite the iconic status of, say, Batman or Superman is Spider-Man, and even he's not quite up there.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's true. I think
But that's not to say that he's
part
better,
of a group.
better or worse.
Spider-Man 2 was a good game, though. Just on that note, when you said
It
it,
was,
that was a good video game. But
Best
that was
game
what?
Treyarch ever made.
10. It's true. Is that 10 years ago? 15 years ago?
About that.
Yeah,
11
Fucking
years,
hell,
mate.
so,
Yeah. There was a rumor, wasn't there? I think that Avalanche was making an Iron Man game.
The Just Cause guys?
Yeah.
Wow.
That could have been
I
quite
can see
cool.
that working, I suppose, yeah, because, I can see it being a bit just causey.
Wolverine,
That was
the Activision game was all right.
Yeah.
I mean, it was light, but it was
the one
fun.
on the sort of GameCube PS2.
Yeah, it was fun. It was
his
all right.
chest got ripped open.
Yeah.
That was 360 game, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
I just
That was
remember the
okay.
opening cutscene
Wolverine
to that.
Unleashed, that was called?
I think I might be in it, yeah.
The Raven game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it just called Wolverine? I don't know. Anyway, that game was all
It
right.
was like X-Men Origins or something. Was that?
No,
I don't know. I just remember it was Wolverine.
One of them was, there was another Wolverine one that was bollocks, I think. But the one that had like the real violent one.
Yeah, that was good.
That was good.
And you could do combos and shit. That was a good game. So
God
that's
of War
what-
type game, wasn't it?
Yeah, very much so. Very much so. I'd say that's the last good Marvel game. I say with a little bit of trepidation in my voice.
I think a Marvel game that focused around S.H.I.E.L.D. would be pretty decent.
Like an RPG.
Yeah, something like that. Maybe something like XCOM, but you're S.H.I.E.L.D. instead.
I'll take that.
Yeah,
That'd be fun enough.
That'll be all right.
Turn-based sounds boring.
It is, let's face it, it's true. But it may work.
I do like some turn-based games, like XCOM.
But no, like I think because I think we probably will see some really good Marvel games come eventually.
Depends if they got working on it. That's the thing.
How good is the Marvel like cinematic universe at the moment? It's on fucking fire. Like it's really good. So
DC got games, Marvel got movies.
yeah.
Put it like that.
Oh, DC have got better tally. The Arrow and the Flash.
I like Gotham as well. I'm the only person in the world who I like Gotham.
I've not actually seen Gotham
It's excellent.
yet, but
It's genuinely
Arrow and
excellent
Flash are
television.
amazing.
Yeah.
And Flash isn't OP like he is in the comics. He's not like I am
Do
Flash.
they not? This is getting a bit too away from games, but is it right that, I mean, you may have said this, Jim, I don't know, that the DC TV series aren't allowed to mention like Batman?
Yeah, that
But it
annoys
doesn't
me.
exist.
But is it not all one big world then?
Yeah,
It's-
Bruce Wayne's in.
They've
Gotham.
got this kind
No,
of
but
really
in like
fragmented.
Flash and Arrow,
Yeah.
because are they in? They're part of the DC universe.
So Flash and Arrow on TV are like their own little universe.
But they do mention them
And they
because
don't-
Harley Quinn was in Arrow.
Really?
Harley Quinn was,
Yeah.
but you can't. They're not allowed to mention Batman or Gotham City or Metropolis or
Oh, I
something.
see, right.
So like there's a divide there. Plus, when they do Justice League on film, the Flash and the Arrow that are in those films are going to be totally different characters, totally different
Oh,
actors,
wow.
and everything. They're not going to be
Good work,
linked in any
DC.
way at all, which just fragments your. It's bollocks.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically Marvel are killing it with their like joint universe.
It's one
stuff, and
universe,
DC
yeah.
are.
It all feels like one happy pot.
Yeah, absolutely. Plus, they're doing all the Netflix stuff as well. Daredevil starts on Netflix pretty soon.
Yeah.
Well, I'd say it's going to start and finish at the same time because they do it all at once, don't they? But you know. Greg Christie asks, just next must-buy PS4 game, question mark.
Batman. Does that count? Or is that a PS4 only?
It's not
Probably
the
gonna be
order, is it?
Bloodborne, right?
Well, if you like
Probably.
that kind of thing, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it seems unlikely that's going to be bad, doesn't it? Based on
Well, we'll
who's doing
see
it.
about that.
I don't know what else is coming. Like
The Order,
before-
1886.
I'm
Like
not
The
sure that's
Witcher?
going to
I
be a
think it's
must-buy.
going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
You think it's going to be
It's not, it
terrible?
doesn't have to be exclusive. It doesn't say exclusive, does he?
But what's coming out? Project Cars,
Project Cars, Order 1886, Bloodborne, Batman,
Evolve.
Evolve.
Fuck it, I'm just going to say
Witcher.
Mass Effect
Witcher.
4.
Huh?
I'm just going to say Mass Effect 4, fuck it.
That's not this year though, is it?
No.
And it won't be called Mass Effect 4. It'll be called Mass Effect Bright Moon. Or something like that. I don't know. The words to that effect.
Mass Effect, the fourth one.
Yeah, that's better.
Um,
Mass Effect 4th.
Yeah, Mass Effect
I don't
goes
know.
fourth. There we go.
There's not any games in the next few months that I'm terribly excited about. My year starts June, really, with Batman. I play Bloodborne, but we all know how I feel about Dark Souls. We don't want to talk about that. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. At the end of the year will be good. Battlefront, I'm excited about.
Uncharted, end of the year.
It's the end of this year.
Uncharted.
Oh, I'm up for that. Oh, am I, though? Uncharted 3 wasn't good.
It was good. It just wasn't as good as Uncharted 2.
It was following Uncharted 2, exactly. And
Maybe.
How do you follow Uncharted 2?
I have to say, I'm a little bit concerned about 4. I've got my reservations at the moment.
Yeah, I'm kind of a little bit worried.
But we haven't seen enough of it, so
You're
I don't-
right.
maybe
You're
it's a
right.
bit too early to make that.
I
think
agree.
about it though. Could you follow Uncharted 2?
Yeah.
You know, somebody's been playing Uncharted 2, then they go out to meet you for lunch. You're not
Deadfall
gonna,
Adventures.
you're not going to live up to it, are you?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm looking at Dave specifically, especially not you.
Xbox One's got nothing, has it, this year?
What?
What's it got?
Forza 6.
But
Halo
it's not-
5.
It's got Quantum.
It's not enough for me.
Quantum Break.
Quantum Break.
Is that this year? Confirmed?
Apparently.
Nah.
Fable
Tomb Raider.
Legends.
Tomb Raider.
See, this is what I mean. Tomb Raider's next year, I thought.
No, it's this year. Definitely.
sure?
This
It's this year
yeah.
on Xbox.
Definitely.
100%.
I think
You don't.
that's.
No one knows. Not even Microsoft. I played Tomb Raider, but I wouldn't buy an Xbox One for
Quantum Break looks good.
it. No, it
It's called
doesn't.
Quantum Break, isn't it, Dave?
Quantum
I've
Break,
made that
yeah.
up. Yeah.
Quantum Leap.
I'm looking forward to that.
Quantum Break?
Yeah.
Quantum Leap.
Okay.
Quantum
Okay.
Not the TV bollocks. I hope they've.
I sort of killed that.
Alan
It
Wake
seems
was a
to be.
good game.
Yeah, Alan Wake was a good game, but
This is from the people that made Alan Wake and the original Max Paynes. There you go, done.
all right. Well, we'll
Talking
see.
of video games that are heavily inspired by Twin Peaks, of which there've been quite a few.
Never
Playing
seen
Life
Twin
is
Peaks.
Strange. I like Life is Strange.
Twin
I like
Peaks
it a
a
lot.
program.
You what, sorry?
Is Twin Peaks a TV show?
It is indeed. Yeah.
That shows my ignorance, right? I didn't know if it was a book or a TV show.
Life is Strange. Someone told me it was like Heavy Rain. Is that true?
In that, it's very sort of narrative focused, but yeah.
Talking of Heavy Rain, thing just came out, didn't it? Fahrenheit remastered.
Fahrenheit Remastered.
We should play through it, Miller.
What's it out on?
PC and mobile.
I'm up for that.
Apparently, it's terrible by today's standards.
So Dave and I are going to play through Fahrenheit. That's what we're going to do.
Yeah, do that. We
Is that the
do a
one-
live stream
Is
or
that the one where you mop up at the beginning? You got a mop.
Yeah.
Can you just do a
That's so
live
good at the
stream
start
of
of
just
that game.
mopping, just an hour of mopping?
Well, no, because you get arrested eventually.
We'll just keep going. To
Fahrenheit.
resist arrest.
Can you imagine if Fahrenheit was released like 15 years later and it was an episodic adventure game? That first episode would have.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, blow
Whoa.
people away. Yeah.
People would have been, oh my god, and then by the 6th episode they were going to be like,
But when you're having
what the
sex with
fuck
dead
happened
bodies,
to this?
yeah, I think it would have gone downhill. With a bit of necrophilia
Well,
in there.
I watched a video. This is all the bad endings or something, all the ways you can die, and that game gets ridiculous. It's
Oh,
so
yeah.
shit. There's a bit where you're like walking with a little girl, and there's some fucking AI. Green,
It basically
yellow
ended
thing.
you fighting a ghost.
Oh, what's
it's
going
terrible.
on?
It's rubbish. Rubbish.
Good start though, good
Yeah.
opening.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the Life is Strange. I'm doing a video on it. I'm working on a video on it in my head. It's one of these games that I really, really like, but there are things about it that fucking annoy me. Like, it's full of these sort of really shoehorned in references to other things. Like there's a screen grab going around where because it's like published by Square Enix, the main character looks at a DVD of Final Fantasy: The Spirits Within and says, "I don't care what anyone says. That's the best movie ever made."
They're wrong.
Yeah, exactly. And stuff like that. But I noticed like on one of the trucks, the number plate is quite prominently displayed, and the number plate reads Twin Peaks, and I'm like. I mean, I get that it's like a small town sort of adventure game, and there's the sort of Twin Peaksy elements to it.
It feels very forced.
But that could have just been implicit, right?
Yeah.
Is the dialogue quite awkward? I saw some tweets about
A
this.
lot of it is awkward. There were one of the main characters, like every second word is hella. And it's
Hella?
Yeah, it's hella
Hella good.
annoying. Yeah.
Oh, right.
It's worse than Troff. Was it Trophos?
Yeah, yeah.
Trophos?
Trophos.
Trophos. That does sound like a chocolate treat.
Yeah, there's a lot about it I like. I'm still swirling around in my head with it. Anyway, last question from Ryan Archer is a bit of a cheeky one, but you can have. I think he's posting a hypothetical situation. He's not actually saying like you can have this, but you can have any games industry person work at VG for a week. Who do you pick and why?
Games industry or games development?
I think he means games media.
Does he?
Oh, I
I think he
really?
means anyone,
I
doesn't
don't
he?
know. Maybe he means Mike Bithell.
I want to get Kojima in and ask him why he's so upset about we saying he drives a BMW.
Well, is that to be made public now?
He did get upset about it.
Oh, he did.
So,
Can we
yeah.
talk about how upset he got?
I don't know how upset he got. I know he got
I
upset.
don't think are we allowed to have this in?
I don't know.
I've mentioned this before.
I don't think
Yeah.
we've ever said this.
Yeah.
We haven't been
Oh, we're
this
saying
blatant
it now.
about it.
I've said this before.
So Kojima was upset about the BMW
Yeah. I've said that before on podcasts.
because we rhymed his Kojima with
Beamer.
Beamer.
He didn't like it. He got upset. We've said that. I've said that before on a podcast.
Have we?
Yeah. It's all right. I wouldn't do it if I hadn't already done it once. Admittedly, that one was just a passing comment. Now it's been
Now it's a
repeated and
thing.
underlined. But he did. He got upset that we said he drives a Beamer. I don't know why.
next week
Maybe
you're
he's
going to be
more of a
publishing a
Mercedes
dossier
man.
and stuff as well. But
Yeah.
I'd go for this is a really boring, like straight answer. But Gav Murphy, because if you had Gav Murphy in here for a week, I mean, can you imagine the amount of damage that Gav Murphy could do in a week, though?
Gav Murphy, IGN Video Gav Murphy.
Yeah.
Oh, destroyed.
To me, he's just mental bearded Welshman.
I don't think we need anyone. We are the team of power.
We have got a dream team, haven't we?
I'd like Peter Molyneux to make a game based on us. We could make choices. We could plant a tree in Croydon and it would grow.
Yeah, we're great.
But would it? But would it grow? That's the
Would it
thing.
even exist?
Exactly.
With the Peter Molyneux plan to put that tree in, but never got round to it.
So it's a bit of a balance.
I
in
love
that.
Molyneux. Back when I was a kid, Molyneux's games were amazing.
Yeah.
Theme park, black and white, all that stuff.
Team Hospital, he was involved in that.
I don't know. Black
Did
and
he
white
do
was
that?
a
Oh,
bit
Was he not? Was
shit,
I thought he
I
was.
don't know. I know.
Or maybe not.
I don't know if it was him or not. I know he did theme park.
Okay.
He probably did.
Who knows?
But
We'll find out soon.
Someone will look it up and tell us.
remember we were going to gun Jim. That was the plan. I don't think we ever actually got so far to ask him whether he'd be up for being
Wasn't
gunned.
this talk about we were going to hire Dave Benson Phillips?
Yeah.
To gunge Peter Molyneux. This is a perfectly normal conversation to have. Nothing wrong with that.
Wouldn't have just been Peter Molyneux,
Hopefully.
hopefully.
Lots of people have got gunged.
Let's guns Mike Bithell. Right. Okay. Right.
I'd get Bithell in the office. That's
Yeah.
my answer, by the way.
Just hire Bithell.
I just want to see if he's actually boring.
Nah, he's not boring. He's a lovely chap. Lovely
Why
man.
do you think he was boring?
I don't know, because he makes indie games.
Whoa.
About people being alone.
We love Mike Bithell here at VideoGamer.
We do
Just
love Mike
In
Bithell,
case people are
We
wondering.
love lots of people.
but he's not like Brat. He's not like.
I don't know, they hang out a bit, didn't they?
Right. That's almost the end of the Video Gamer UK podcast. Thank you very much for listening. But before we go entirely, we've got a little bit of an announcement to make.
Brad's
And-
coming back.
No.
But that announcement will be made now by Simon. No pressure.
That's right, man. That's what I'm here to do. Well, that's not true. I'm here to do to annoy people as well. So basically, hopefully, some point this week, I'm looking around at people for nodding heads. We're basically going to launch a Patreon. Hopefully this week, maybe early next week. And although we're using that word, it's more of a subscription thing we want to launch. We're basically launching the Video Gamer Community Club, which is it's a fan club basically.
It's
if you
for
want
you
to-
guys who love us.
Exactly. If we're breaking it down to, to be completely honest and brass taxes, we want to do more stuff. Like we want to make more videos and we want to do more podcast stuff and we want to start doing live events and we want to do like gaming nights in our offices and stuff. But to do that, we do need a little bit more money to get these projects off the ground. That's just unfortunately the way these things work. So we've decided to use Patreon, a service that most people are familiar with. And when it's up, you'll be able to see there's loads of different rewards and each different, depending how much cash you put in, depends how much stuff you get out of it. And it does range from, just if you fancy putting $1 in and you get entered into a monthly competition to win a video game, all the way up to, you can be on the podcast or you can be on a video or you can get some Video Gamer merchandise and stuff like that. Like it's all going to be on, I think it's going to be patreon.com/VideoGamer. What do you mean I think it's going to be that? It's obviously going to be that. Where else would it be? And, if you want to get more Video Gamer in your lives, there's going to be the option to do all that stuff. One of which will be there'll be like an extra bit of the podcast, which we're going to do today as like a little sort of segueing into it and stuff, and you'll be able to get the podcast early. Like, there's loads. There's literally, if I sat here now and ran through all the different things that we're going to offer you, I'd bore you for about 10 minutes.
It would be another hour maybe.
Exactly. There's a lot of stuff.
We're hoping as of next week there'll be a separate kind of extended version of the podcast for backers.
And you can get early as well. You get 24 hours
and
early.
you will get it early.
So they'll
yeah.
get that. You get that if you are back on Tuesday afternoon. Hopefully, when it's finished, it'll be on behind the patron paywall, I guess, whatever it's called, and everyone else gets it on Wednesday like normal, but probably a bit earlier in the day because we've been more on schedule.
Yeah, that's the other thing as well. Like,
Yeah.
it doesn't change proceedings. The regular VG stream of content will continue to roll on regardless whether you want to subscribe or not. But the classic thing: those that do will get more. Simple as that.
Exactly.
Nothing too untoward.
Yeah.
That is as simple and as basic as we can sell it to you.
Yeah, and we do want to absolutely stress that this is not about walling off stuff we already do. This is about doing more of what we already do.
Yeah, that's right. It is a, just to use a personal example from my life, unsurprisingly, I'm a member of the Metallica fan club. Now, that doesn't mean that, I can't like Metallica otherwise. I get a lot of the stuff, but it just means it gives me access to an area where I can get more Metallica in my life, which is something that I desire. So it's something I'm happy to drop a few bucks on a month and stuff. So, if you fancy doing the same with us, that would be awesome. We'd obviously massively appreciate it, and you'll be able to see all the details hopefully this week. And if not, it's business as usual. We roll on. Podcast is still there. Videos are still there. Obviously, the mightyvideogamer.com is still there.
Yeah, check the description for links and all that kind of stuff, which will be there as soon as it's all live, hopefully.
Yeah, that's
Absolutely,
right.
yeah.
That's right. And,
Absolutely.
VideoGamer.com at Twitter if you want to keep up to date that way. There's loads of ways to keep up to date with VideoGamer. This should adverts. Right from nowhere.
Just riffed off an advert, Simon.
Yeah, that's what I do.
But yeah, as you say, there is going to be an extra sort of 20 minutes to the podcast, and there was a question I kind of sectioned off, which was directed at you, Dave. Well,
Right, yeah.
not actually more directed at us, but it's Peter who asks, can you give Dave his own long-running series? But I want to ask you, right now, off the top of your head, pitch a series.
A TV series?
No, a VGTV series.
I'm not
Right,
good at
remember,
this
Dave,
stuff.
this is an example of premium content people are going to get. Right?
No pressure.
Your answer here is going to sell.
But do they
people.
mean a TV series with that? Like, they want Dave to make a gaming series? Is it?
Oh no! I think can you give, as in can VideoGamer give?
Okay.
I'm
Dave's
expecting
Camel Hour.
from the. So you had carte blanche to do the David Scammell VideoGamer TV series. What would you do?
I like playing with my dog. Can I play video games with my dog?
Dave, I'm not going to lie.
I can't
I'm
answer
being
that.
deadly serious. If you do that, this shit will blow up. People love games on YouTube,
My
and
dog-
people love dogs, and
my
people
dog-
love you.
He's so lovely. I love him to bits. He's a nice little yellow Labrador.
What's his name?
Joey, his name is
Nice,
Joey.
Joe the Labrador.
Joey, and lovely lad he is. And I play with him with his ball. But I can just picture him there now, sitting on our sofa, just sitting watching the game, and me talking to him while playing it.
I'm not kidding you.
And we'd have a loving relationship on camera.
If you do Dave
Hang
and
on
his
a
dog,
second. Back up.
if you do Dave and his dog play video games, you're the next PewDiePie. It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. That will happen. That will happen. You will get that.
Can you bring your dog in one day?
It is a bit of an issue because I'm not sure if he likes trains. And I get a long train into work every day.
Yeah.
Are you allowed to bring your
Well,
dog on the
there's only
train?
one way
Maybe
to
not
find
in rush
out.
hour. I
Has
mean,
he
you
if
ever
it-
seen a train?
if
Does
it
he
lets
know
me
what
get
it
into
is?
work at
People
later
do
time.
take dogs on the train. I've
What,
seen
at
them.
8 o'clock in the morning?
I've seen them, yeah.
Has he ever been on?
Usually
Has he
smaller
ever been on a
dogs.
train though?
I'm not sure he has.
How old is he?
He's 8 now.
Is that old for a dog? I don't know.
It's reasonably old, yeah.
Okay. So I don't want to stress him out too
No,
much.
exactly. We
Bit
don't
of a
wanna-
late bloomer for stardom, but I mean, imagine it.
Imagine Homeward Bound.
But they play Call of Duty.
Exactly.
Yeah. See, no one thought of that idea, have they? No one thought about Homeward Bound Call of Duty.
Oh, a lovely dog. You'll love him.
Homeward Bound Call of Duty. Is
Except
that all
you,
right
Miller.
for you, Peter? That's
No, he's saying down docile.
He is docile.
That's fine. It's the ones that are jumpy and like, oh, fuck, they're coming at me. Because you don't know what a dog is thinking. That's what I worry about. You do not, or any animals, you don't know what they're thinking. So they could be looking at you like, you're dead, mate.
Might have a picture of Miller if you want to see.
Picture of me?
No, my
Of
dog.
your dog, okay. I thought you said a picture of Miller.
I might have a picture of Miller if you want to see.
I do.
Let's have it, yeah, see
Fair
what you
enough,
got.
if you want.
I do have a picture of you, Miller.
Oh, thanks.
In
Appreciate
fact,
it.
it's a video.
Oh no, what is this? What is this? Oh, it's the Vine. No, it's like, what the fuck is that?
I don't have a picture of me, unfortunately.
That's all right.
You don't have a picture of your dog?
No,
We'll get one
cleared my
somehow.
camera out.
We'll have to stick it on the podcast image. All right. I mean, I'm perfectly willing to see how that pans out.
Are there any good games where... I mean, there's Fable 2, which we chatted about in the podcast, where you team up with the dog. What other games do you team up with the dog in?
Fallout 3.
Fallout 3.
But the problem with the problem with all your what's the word? Compadres I'll go with in Fallout 3 is that they all fuck off and die really quickly. There's no way to keep any of them alive, I don't think, and not for any great period of time. I don't know if that's the point because Fallout is so forlorn and horrible. But yeah.
To be
I had
honest, I
someone-
think it's just a terrible design decision by Bethesda.
I had someone following me in Skyrim once, and I lost them on a mountain.
I have that problem with Bethesda games. Yeah, no, that happens. They just go.
I don't know what happened. I was there just walking, turn around, they're gone.
I imagine that happens to you just in St Albans.
But what other instances are there of like, what are the iconic dogs in video games?
Iconic dogs in video games.
I don't think there are that many.
There's Nintendo
There's
dogs.
that
Isn't
dog
there?
from the
Duck Hunt.
Namco Bandai series.
That's a good one. The Duck Hunt one. Which one?
The Namco Bandai series. Dead to Rights.
Oh, yeah, he ate the balls of...
Testicle.
Yeah, oh my gosh, Testicle. What? And the 2 was a 2? Oh my god, so bad. I don't... This is what I mean.
Was a 2? What else
Wasn't
was a 2B?
No, it's Dead 2 Rights. So it was the number 2
right,
rather than just Right 2.
Was it?
Oh no. Now I've said it and I'm not sure. I thought it was. But I think that's weird that there's no iconic dog in video games. I thought there would be.
Dog's Life.
There's, I can't remember the name of it. I'm really big into Sherlock Holmes as well. This is quite embarrassing. But in the Sherlock Holmes games, you get to play as this little beagle every now and then.
You get to play as him?
There's always a section where you get to play as the beagle.
GTA 5. Chop.
Yeah.
I had first person
GTA
sex as a dog.
I don't know. Okay.
You see that
You
bit?
actually had sex as a dog?
You know that bit where you're using Chop to find the guy?
Yeah.
You're using Chop to find the guy.
And he goes and has sex with
He
another
goes and has
dog.
sex with another dog, and you've got
When
a
you
pill-
watched it?
Well, I had first person in Next Gen.
You've got first person shagging the dog, and then you switch to Franklin, and like it's like go and pull. The game tells you need to go and pull Chop off that other dog.
Yeah.
But you can also just shoot the other dog.
Of course you can. It's GTA. I really like GTA 5 Next Gen. I thought the whole first person stuff was excellent. I really got a big kick out of it.
I'm playing through it in first person at the moment exclusively.
Yeah, I think the driving is really good. Yeah, the driving is really good in first person.
It's
I got a lot
just
of
it's
time
like
for
Far
it.
Cry GTA. It's Wenel.
Yeah, it's a lot like that. It's a very good shout. I didn't pick up on that.
Yeah,
but
smashing.
I think it's sad that if Chop is there, I thought there'd be a more iconic one like Mario from back in the day, but there isn't. There's not. There's no famous video game dogs.
Dogmeat and Jermaine.
Oh, is that the one? Yeah.
He was
Crash
in
Bandicoot.
He was
He's
in
a Bandicoot
articles in
dog.
Video Gamer for about 8 weeks running. So it's quite popular.
Dear. But yeah, that's why your dog, Dave, can become
He's
the
a
dog.
lovely dog. Very nice. Very nice dog.
I'm quite happy to do this, Dave. If you can get your dog onto the train.
Yeah, we'll have to.
But do you know what? I think if your dog hasn't been on a train before, I think because dogs are like you get your dog on a train, he's never seen one before, and the train speeds up and starts moving. He's gonna be like, "What the fuck is this? This is cracking." It'll
I'm
be
not
like
sure he'll deal.
it'd be like Alton Towers, wouldn't it?
deal with it. Dogs have to go into psychiatric treatment.
Is your dog anything like you, personality wise?
What do you mean?
Does he get the shits a lot?
Exactly what I said.
He's quite an horny dog. He loves his cushion.
Oh no! Do you sit on your beanbag while he sits on your cushion, and you kind of peer over each other like, "Life's all right, my friend. Let's keep on rolling. Keep on playing these video games."
He just likes rolling over and his tummy rubbed. So yeah, he is like me, I think.
Oh, do you just like rolling over getting your tummy rubbed?
Yeah,
Oh,
on a beanbag.
Oh no, not that beanbag.
All right, I tell you what. Bring in the beanbag and the cushion and the dog.
The beanbag's in my car. So
Is
that's doable.
You can drive him in. You
Yeah.
can drive him in. Yeah, do it that
Drive
way.
him in. It would only cost you about 200 quid. But yeah. No, we should do this. Or we could just come out to you with an
I think we have to do that. I think you have to go on. We have to go remote. We have to go on location. I think we have to go to the dog rather than let the dog come to us.
we'll go. That's more fair on the dog.
got a
Bad
We'll work
history of
to-
dogs in the office here, so don't bring him in.
Why?
What happened to the dogs in the
The
office?
last one that came in escaped.
Whose dog was it?
Emily's.
And how do you mean it escape? Where did it escape to?
The road.
How? Who opened the door?
Well, somebody who is unnamed left the door open.
I know it's. I could tell from your. I could tell from your face.
And I ran down the road and the
Was
dog...
this here or the old office?
Old office.
Oh, right.
And I grabbed the dog from the road.
Wow, hero.
Brought it back.
Shit, that's
I
terrible.
don't know if Emily knows that. She does now because it escaped while she was on lunch.
Fucking hell. There you go. Maybe we shouldn't bring dogs into the video gamer office.
No,
Yeah.
scrap that idea.
Yeah, we'll go to St Albans. Yeah, I'm quite happy to do that.
Is that where you are, St Albans?
Yeah.
Oh, you live close to my parents. I didn't know that.
Luton, right?
Yeah. Of course I knew that. What am I talking about? Ignore me.
I can't. Are we in the extended version of the
Yes,
podcast?
Dave.
Oh, we are.
Yeah.
What we're doing. Yeah.
That's why it's a little bit more laid back and a little bit weird.
Oh right, okay, good. I'm sorry, it's
that's why-
taking a bit of adjustment on
That's
my
why we're
end as
talking
well.
about bean bags and your dog humping pillows.
Well,
and stuff.
that's why I'm going to use this moment to talk about the WWE Network. Because Tom talked about Nat TV on the real podcast. WWE Network's on PS4. what? It's the best thing. It's the best thing my PS4 has ever done in WWE Network. If you like wrestling and you haven't got WWE Network, you're crazy. You got to get it. It's so good.
So you don't have any truck with these people who are saying they're going to cancel it because the Royal Rumble was shite now?
No, I don't. I'm not going to cancel it. I'm watching old WrestleManias and stuff. I'm living the dream.
Is it just Netflix for wrestling?
Yeah.
Right.
To the point they've even gone and taken off their wrestling stuff off Netflix. Like, nah, it's on our. It's
To the
not
point where they
Smart.
keep saying that on Raw.
Well, it's
Like,
advertised too much.
When
but-
they mention it on WWE, they're like, it's like Netflix but better.
yeah, well, it's not.
Just like it's not because
better,
it's not got the killing or that, but you know.
But genuinely, if you could have this kind of network for anything, and it makes me. Here, I'm going to tie it back in. It makes me want a similar service for video games. I'd love if I could just access a massive library and just sort of play whatever I wanted for a fee every month.
How does
that
it
would
work
really excite me.
in terms of the WWE Network app? Say I'm a big fan of Edge,
Yes.
and I want to just watch Edge
Yeah,
appearances.
you just search
Can
for
I
Edge.
search for Edge?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
it just
and
shows me all his matches.
It will just find. I mean, the search isn't great. The search needs work, but it will still go into its algorithm and find all the Edge matches it can and
What about
present them to you.
Snitsky?
Yeah, anyone. It's
Yeah.
got like, I can't even think how many hours, but a lot of hours of content. So whatever wrestler you could think of, not gonna lie, I don't think many people are searching for Snitsky.
Well, there should
It
be.
wasn't his fault. But there's you'd find anyone. It's got a plethora of content.
What about Eugene?
Yeah, unfortunately, I was watching some Eugene stuff the other day. It's just embarrassing. It's just one of the moments where WWE is just sad and upsetting. But yeah, but that's all. I use my PS4 now as like a WWE Network player and the Swapper and Outlast and Call of Duty Advanced
And
Warfare.
Is the
GTA
Notebook
5.
on Netflix?
No,
Don't
maybe
know.
I don't know. I haven't searched for Ryan
doubt it's
Gosling
on
or Rachel
British
Are
McAdams.
you
Netflix.
trying to?
I really want to watch The Notebook again.
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the first time I watched The Notebook, I was with my ex. We were on holiday.
Oh, is this going to get sad?
No,
okay.
I thought, it's one of those things you do when you're with your girlfriend, right? You watch these films that you really don't want to watch. And I sat there, she fell asleep, and I loved it. It was great.
Which bit did you like? Was it when they got back together?
All of it. What I quite like, I didn't tell her this, but is it Rachel?
Rachel McAdams.
Yeah, lovely lady. Ryan Gosling. Ryan
Lovely
Gosling,
lady. Yeah, doing his thing.
He's
doing his
quite
thing.
like me and my dog. He's quite an orny dog.
I don't like the note. I don't like the Notebook is too sappy for me. It's like I don't mind a bit of sap, but it's too sappy.
Oh, it
It's
is.
too sappy.
Especially
It's
the end.
just- yeah.
But, that's it's just a loving relationship.
Oh, that's good, Dave. Look, if you got something out of it, Dave, would you like a Notebook video game? Look at me trying to tie it back into game.
What would you do?
It would be a game like, I don't even know how this plays, but from what I can gather, like Life is Strange, where you control Rachel McAdams, and the idea is to try and wed Ryan Gosling's character.
But that's not
and
what
you have to
happens in
you
the
have to
film. I can't
utilize
remember.
your power to reverse time.
I thought it was the other way around.
What happens in the film? She gets with somebody else.
He goes off to war.
That's right. I thought Army was
So they
involved.
break up, don't they? And
Yeah.
During when he's off being a soldier, she finds someone else to marry, doesn't she?
She marries him, but then he comes back and she's torn. She's torn. She's not. No, that's
Well,
right.
I don't know. Yeah, that is basically it. But
Dave,
I don't.
Have you seen The Astronaut's Wife? I don't think you better handle it.
What happens
Is this
in that?
is
It's
this
very
with
sad.
is this
Okay.
Johnny Depp?
No. Eric Banner, I
That
think.
sounded almost to me like, are you
It might
seeing
be.
the
It
Astronaut?
might be Rachel McAdams, though.
No, it's the girl in Prometheus and all that, isn't it?
I don't know who that is. I haven't seen
Oh,
Prometheus.
Charlie's
Yes.
Is it? I can't remember, but it's. I think if you haven't seen it, Dave, it'll break you up.
I think I have. I think I saw it on video around my girlfriend's while she was watching.
She fell asleep. You watched it. That was brilliant.
she used to watch Hollyoaks and all that.
Oh no, that's not.
And I'd go in the other room and watch
She
the film.
slept Charlie.
Here you go. This is a little thing. I'm only going to
Miller,
talk.
Miller, before you do this, I know this is premium, but I've got to go.
Okay.
So in normal premium podcasts, people won't just leave.
Why are you leaving, Tom?
I've got to have a haircut, Dave, and I
Your hair's
can't.
looking all right.
I can't let him. I can't let him down.
That's right.
I cut my own fringe the other day, Dave. You
Did
may
you?
have noticed.
I didn't
'Cause
notice,
It was
no.
so annoying. I had to cut it, and now I booked a haircut.
All right.
There you go.
Bit
What are you gonna
behind
have
the
done?
scenes. Just trim.
Is that what you say to him?
Just
to
make
trim?
it shorter. All I say, make it shorter, and he cuts it.
That's what Ed. You
We
don't,
talk
you don't
about-
even need to say that.
Yes,
That's the
that's his job.
Talk
No, but
about
he would
Crystal
ask. He'd say,
Palace.
"What do you want?"
He supports Palace. I support Spurs. Talk about that for a bit.
It's lovely.
See, I stopped going to the barbers because I used to point at the pictures, I want that, and then they give me a completely different one.
Yeah.
So I lost my trust.
Do you know what I did once?
You have this story, Miller, once I've left.
Okay.
Bye.
This is embarrassing. I'm only going to save my stories for the extended bit of the podcast. Now, I have 2 stories to tell you.
This is the personal part, isn't it?
Yeah, so you mentioned Hollyoaks. I'll do that one first.
Yeah.
I auditioned for Hollyoaks once.
Did you?
Yep.
Amazing.
Right, I was at Manchester Metropolitan University, where I went to university, and they had open auditions.
Yeah.
And it was literally in the hotel that was opposite my student halls.
Yeah.
So I said to my mates, we're obviously going. And they're like, no, we're going. And we went in there, we took the piss so much, we got ejected from the Hollyoaks auditions.
Oh, Millie, you should have taken it seriously. Could have been like the next.
I don't really like acting. It's not really my thing. I
No?
find it a bit weird. Yeah. Well, serious acting. I don't like serious
Were
acting.
you planning to tell them that when you auditioned for the part? Got to be
Well,
honest.
I think
I
they
don't
knew we
think-
were taking the piss. We went in there and did it like we were Shakespearean actors.
I don't
from,
think
like,
Hollyoaks
medieval
actors like
times.
acting, do they?
Can you imagine
That's
if you
true.
got cast as like the club owner who fucking fucks everyone
I don't think I
over
could have
or-
taken it. I don't think it's just not me. I think I would have
you'd
been
have
too
loved it,
upset.
though.
I don't know.
I'd have watched it.
Well, I was
got
wondering,
kicked
do you know
out.
folk in Hollyoaks and folk that make Hollyoaks and folk that write Hollyoaks, do you think they all hate Hollyoaks?
They've got to. That's the only reason.
I mean,
that
they
makes-
must do, right?
Have you ever watched Late Night Hollyoaks?
No.
It is fucking dark, man. It is rude and dark.
It is filth, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really like.
It's their excuse
Difficult.
for them all to do things.
Yeah, I mean, it really is. It really is. And my other story, and I don't want to tell this one now. It's
Go
really
on.
embarrassing. It was when I was about 12.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about 12,
Yeah.
and I went to the hairdressers, and the person's picture
Yeah.
I wanted the hairdresser to make my hair look like was Jay from 5.
Who was
I didn't like 5. I had no interest in 5, but I
Yeah.
wanted my hair like Jay from 5.
Must
It
have
had
been
big
older
spiky
than
hair.
12 if it was
Shh,
5.
Jim. Shush, Jim. Probably. No,
I was 22.
Wait a minute.
I know. I genuinely was about 13, 14. That's legit. That's legit. Too legit to quit.
You don't mean 5-star?
No, I mean 5.
5 the band.
Yeah. 5.
I thought they were knocking about in like 99 or something, weren't they?
No, I'd already moved on from hair by that point. I'm going to talk about it. Anyway, let's not talk about that anymore.
Yeah.
I think is that the extended bit done?
I think that
don't
is
know.
the extended bit done, yeah.
Okay, well there we go.
Can't we go on a bit longer?
We can do.
Dave
Talk
just
about
wants to
anything.
keep going.
Well, we can talk about anything we want now.
I never want it to end.
We're in.
And now's my excuse for it not to end.
Tell us about your beanbag.
No, we know too much.
Yeah,
Nah, you
yeah.
can tell us more if you want.
It's not very interesting. It's a red beanbag.
This is
It's
a
not,
red beanbag.
it's not even my beanbag.
Whose is it?
Girlfriend's.
I didn't know
right.
about this beanbag until your girlfriend started talking
No, but
about
now
it.
we know. Now we know.
You've worried me
Yeah.
now because I can only half remember the conversation.
Oh,
But-
she's just like, oh, we love his beanbag.
That's his beanbag.
In rather the
Sometimes
same way you
too
said
much.
that your dog loves your cushions. So, you know,
Well,
Whatever works, Dave.
there's a hierarchy here.
You gotta get your kicks,
yeah.
beanbag or not. I like it.
Hopefully she loves my beanbag.
We can't solve that. We can. That's it. We're done.
Yeah, I think that's the end of it. All right, well, thanks very much. Do check out the Patreon page, and have a look at our Video Gamer Community Club, because it's as we said, as Simon said, it's a way for us to give you more.
Yeah,
You're
man.
I actually really am looking forward to the live stuff that we might do.
Yeah,
Live events is something that we wanted to do for
And
a
that's
while.
exactly. And if we
Yeah.
can get to the point where it's justifiable's the wrong word. You know what I mean? Though we can actually do it, then we'll do it. But you
In
know,
my head,
Viable
it's
in
like-
a court of law.
But talk me through it. What's the idea? Like it's sort of a venue or a pub or something like that where we
Ideally-
host a live
Ideally, I
podcast
want-
or a live
I'd like a
get
venue.
together.
I'd like a venue rather than a pub in a dream world
Yeah.
where you literally have a ticket. You come on down. There'll be a little bit of food, a
and
little
the
bit of
backers will
drink.
get free tickets if they
Yeah, you get free tickets, free access.
for a certain tier. Is that right? Or-
Yeah. For a certain reward tier, you will get. So all events you can just come down to and
Yeah,
say,
yeah.
I'm Johnny Jack, and I pay this
Yeah,
money.
it's
and
all
you
the
can
rage
come in.
nowadays.
and we'll do them here as well. We'll have like community nights.
Yeah,
I think we're doing.
absolutely.
Come
yeah.
have some pizza or something.
So you
play a game.
you could be
Honestly.
hearing all this stuff live
Yeah,
in the
yeah,
venue. You could hear
absolutely.
about. Dave could bring his cushion with him, and you could sit in it. Oh man, we should do that.
Do you remember?
Could
Were
sit in
you?
the
Oh,
cushion.
you weren't here. I don't think we did the Destiny, the live stream for Destiny the day it came out.
I watched it of all things. That's
Did
weird.
you?
Yeah, I watched you playing it.
We were here, pizza. Malibu. It was great.
Yeah.
And now you guys can come and do it with
And
us.
have Malibu and pizza with us.
Absolutely cracking. We've got an Iceland down the road, so there's always going to be food on. So.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to Iceland.
Peter Andre goes there,
We've
though.
got Iceland and an oven, so you know.
Yeah, that's all you need. Those two things.
We
and
are
your
all
life is
very,
sorted.
very
Nah, I'm getting
sorted.
Domino's.
Fuck yeah. Oh, I'll be well up for that right now.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Do it then.
yeah.
Let's have one tonight.
No, I can't. With my weird life
Oh yeah.
choices.
Is that still going?
Yeah, it never stops, Dave. I'm upset you said. Now what are you saying? You're saying that I don't look powerful.
No, I'm not saying that.
Oh, dear.
My body's a temple.
Yeah.
My body's a temple, and it's got a fucking shrine to Burger King in it. But there we go.
It's a good try.
Anyway, right. Thanks very much for sticking about. And remember, the last 20 minutes of what you heard will basically be behind a paywall next week. So you might think that's a good thing, but anyway.
Jesus.
We'll speak to you later. Bye.
Bye.